We all see Larry as a masculine.
Lionel, you promised us a ride.
She said she'd be here. Funny, she's never been late before.
You wasted your time then, didn't you?
I did not. I did it because...
I got a fresh ass.
Everybody, it is 9:00 p.m. and once again it is time for the Midnight Run. Another great episode. A lot of things going on, but not just to introduce myself. You guys already know it's me. It's the VINCE, and I hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Now, there's a couple of people missing here, folks, and I'm gonna go ahead and
skin around their anus.
Apparently, my cousin, Mr. Vegan Gaines, has been going a little bit crazy today.
Or something. I guess it's...
So let me play back to where he was up there screaming at someone. And this was kind of...
I'm pretty sure it was at least on A1, A2. It might not be a example of preferences.
Well, someone will load it up later. But it seems as though everyone's going crazy. Cuban. I don't know what's, you know... We'll discuss him. Frank going crazy. The whole world's going crazy. I mean, ICE agents, they went and disguised themselves in order to arrest a college student. You know, they don't have people don't have any problems when cops do that. You know, it's just a shit sandwich. Trump tore a new one into Kash Patel. Tore a new one. Tore a new one. You want to know what the big reason why? The president doesn't drink alcohol. And here's Kash Patel up there celebrating chugging down beers. Chugging beers is an Obama thing. It's not a Trump thing. Trump don't like alcohol, folks. And that's very respectful, you know? Oh, I'm not slinging around any soul pole just yet there, Ryan. Jay's boxing video grit reviewed by Dubs. Apparently, Jay got doxxed. He didn't really get doxxed. That video's been around for quite some time, Mintinator. I mean, we've seen it a million times on this channel, so it's pretty easy to find that video. We'll play Cuban's video in a minute, folks, but hey, I got some good news for you. I finally took the time and I've uploaded Linux to my computer in my living room. So now I have the ability to stream from the living room. So expect more streams. I just got to find my old camera that I used before, because the great one is not going to pay for a new camera if he doesn't need to, period. So we'll be streaming outside, but I got the Streamlabs set up. It looks pretty good. I just got to get it set up to where I'm able, I have a 43-inch screen TV, so it'll be pretty easy for me to get everything boxed in so everyone can see what they want to see, basically. It'll pretty much look like Vegan Gaines' channel at this point in time, so just a lot more real estate to work with, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do some big things there, folks. Big things. Big things. Because there ain't no thing but a chicken wing. But, folks, before I deleted everything off of my computer in the living room, I had already saved all of my information. All the stuff that was in that computer on Windows was about 6 years old. But then I remembered I had to save this one thing, folks. The very last GetBig.com Christmas card. There's yours truly right here. There's Wiggs. That's piece of shit Sizzo. This guy got caught jerking off. It turned out to be, he portrayed himself as a bodybuilder, turned himself out to be not as fat as Dubs, but in any event. T-Bums, he launched a porno career, wore a bunny suit with a hole in it. There's my ex-husband right here. In case you're wondering, that's my ex-husband right there. I don't know why they did that, even though we had been divorced for like 3 freaking years at that time. There's old Ron. Yep. Look at all these people. The ones in the sky, there's this guy here, Uncle Junior. He went around to MD forums, not only trashed it, but put a video of him fucking some sort of slut. In other words, he started loading porn up onto the MD forums, and then he did it to RX Muscle. Palumbo was so mad. That's also Wiggs, too. That right there is 300 or bust. That's Genova right there in this picture. Yep, Genova's in this picture. My good friend, True Adonis. You know, we came into this game together 25 years ago on the Muscle Mayhem forums. Well, never say never, Ryan. But this brings back a lot of memories. It really does. This guy is dead, long but not forgotten. But yeah, folks, some of these people have passed on since then. Picture's going on 10 years now, really, so. Well, almost 9 years. Well, 9 years now, so. Oh, boy. Anyway, folks, tonight, I decided to get me a Maker's Choice cigar. These are my work cigars that I cut in half, but I'm going to smoke a full one. And I got my coffee and a little bit of, I'm going to probably throw out this bottle of rum alternative. And of course, I got my water cup given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. Y'all thank everyone that has contributed to the site. Because, folks, you guys are out of sight. Indeed. I love you guys, but not in a homosexual type way. So let's get the cutting and strutting, and folks, get your questions in. I'm going to play a couple of things in just a minute. You know I gotta have my cigar after a hard day's work. I didn't bring in any. Where's my lighter at? Oh well. It's a cheap cigar anyway. All right. Let me see if my coffee's cooled down enough. Yep, beautiful. All right, let's get to work, folks. I always have to wait for my coffee to cool down. So, folks, the reason why I have to wait for my coffee to cool down is I don't use a coffee pot like other nymphs. It's a waste of money. I use a maca pot. The cool thing about it is it's cheap to use, easy to use, saves a lot on my coffee expenses. It brews the strongest cup of coffee at the highest temperature. The key to great coffee is a super high temperature. You see, Starbucks and McDonald's used to do burning hot coffee. Coffee back in the 90s used to be a lot better than it is today. You want to know why your coffee sucks today? Because this woman sued for spilling coffee in her car. Now, McDonald's did hide records about it there.
Vegan Games versus Face IQ debate multi-part. Skip to 102 and 50 seconds and watch for a bit.
Matty Matt with a $3 donation. Definitely appreciate that. You notice my thing is working now. I went ahead and had to reload it. We'll get that too, Ryan, but hold on a minute. Let's get Matty Matt's video.
You've seen Conan the Barbarian, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know the scene in Conan the Barbarian?
So, let's get to the good portion. Folks, I was going to play this already, but Matt beat me to the punch. but I will tell you this right now. When I tuned in after I was testing out my Linux on my TV set, and I came to this here. So you might want to cover your ears if you don't like loud noises.
Yeah, you just keep saying random shit. We know for a fact the greater the absolute exposure of the vasculature to ApoB, lipoproteins, the greater the risk of atherosclerosis. That's indisputable.
So you're seeing the greater incidence. But do you have an established proof that the cholesterol itself is what's causing that damage?
Yeah, we have. So across all methods of cholesterol lowering, you see a reduction in risk, and you see a greater reduction in risk proportional
those drugs
to
are
the reduction in ApoB.
Those drugs are confounded.
It's basically mathematically impossible. You're talking
drugs
about
are confounded.
Something that is, if you're telling me it's just coincidence, that is so
statins are also
mathematically fucking
anti-inflammatory.
Impossible.
But they also reduce hypertension and systemic inflammation as well.
You're literally not listening to anything I'm saying.
I heard what you said.
Okay.
I did.
Well, no. So you have a rehearsed load of bullshit, and no matter what I say,
But see
even
how
if it
you're
conflicts
emotional?
with what you just said or disproves what you say.
See how you're,
you
like,
just say
solar
you're
raging?
rehearsed bullshit.
But
So
do you see
you're
how
a
you're-
fucking idiot. I've
See?
seen you debate. So I've
You're
seen you
emotionally
debate Nick
driven.
Herbert. You do the same thing. You're a
emotionally
fucking
driven.
moron, and you're not listening to anything I'm saying.
Did you see how emotional
again,
you are?
if you want to raise your fucking serum cholesterol and tell your fucking idiot followers, oh, it doesn't matter if your LDL's 400, bro. It's great. Cholesterol's good for you.
Do you think you're making yourself look
they
good
can
right
increase
now?
the risk of fucking heart disease. I don't care.
Do you think
fucking
you look
off
good right now?
yourselves. Try out running a fucking train for all I care.
This is the effect of the Norwood Reaper, bro. I suppose when you look ugly, it's over.
So
now.
So look, I don't care if I'm going fucking bald. The only thing I fucking care about is getting jacked and getting fucking pussy, and I'm getting more of that than you.
Man, the steroids is getting him a little brave there, isn't it? Personality change, that's for sure.
So if you want to be a little beta male fucking faggot worrying about your fucking hairline, I don't give a shit.
You're tough as fuck, dude.
You want to? I'll show you how tough I am. I'm planning on doing some traveling later this year. We can arm wrestle. We can book a cage in an MMA gym. Whatever you're up for.
What is it with all these people wanting to book MMA cages? Hey, if I need to fight, folks, my ring is outside in the street, all right? If I'm going to fight someone, I'm not going to have someone set it up. We're going to fight right the fuck now, all right? Period. There ain't going to be no cage.
So, like, give me a year on roids, bro.
I mean, real men don't have organized fights. They fight out in the street. Queensberry.
We can do it.
The what?
Give me a year on roids. We can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put you down, bro. I'll put you down. No, but, like, see, I wanted a real discussion.
Aren't you the same guy who said, like, you don't like exercising because it hurts?
Yeah, I personally don't love it. I don't think people enjoy exercising.
Right, so you're on an ideal human diet, but you're, lifting weights is hard. Exercise
No, I
hurts.
exercise. I go to the gym, but I don't like it.
Oh, okay, so how much do you bench?
Don't know. I don't really care about it. See, I'm more interested in talking about, like, nutrition.
Okay, so you're weak as shit. You can't fucking lift anything. You're a fucking pussy who doesn't like exercise.
We could do ad-homs, like,
but you're on the ideal human diet.
Like, I look better
But you're
than
on the
you.
ideal human diet.
Like, we could do ad-homs, like, I look
you
better
don't
than
give
you
two
and I'm taller
fucking
than you.
shits about nutrition because, again, you're a fucking weak, skinny fucking pussy. Anytime we actually talk about nutrition research,
do you see how high your voice is as well?
Fucking load of bullshit
Like,
where you just cite off not.
You know, I'm curious as to how these people ended up with like 100. Like this guy, he has 162,000 subscribers. How the fuck do they get all these subscribers? I have to figure that one out.
Nonsense. Oh, but it's inflammation. And then when I fucking again explain to you that it couldn't be inflammation, but it's inflammation.
You're not even able.
You don't care. Okay.
Your brain is so fried. You
care.
can't.
You're a fucking.
I've been watching a lot of Tyler Oliveira stuff. It's pretty good.
Moron.
You can't debate properly.
So again, if you want to be a weak, skinny little fucking pussy, okay, then eat what you eat.
What does that have to do with
exercise
diet?
like you exercise? You're fucking weak. You can't train. You're a fucking beta
So
male.
do you want to
skinny
talk? Do
twink.
you want to talk about
and
nutrition?
all you fucking do online is talk about this boy's face is prettier than this boy's face.
Bro,
Right.
are you?
I
Is
don't
this
fucking
actually
care.
who you are?
Try
Are
out
you
running
this
a
cooked?
fucking train. I don't give a shit.
Are
so
you
what the
this
fuck
fried?
are you doing here?
Okay, so do you want to talk about nutrition now?
Well,
Calm down,
why?
bro. Relax.
About
It's
what?
okay.
You have
Listen,
nothing
it's
to say.
okay. We're good. You can calm down now, buddy. Okay?
You have nothing
Calm
to
down.
say. So, like,
You're-
what are you doing here?
Your hairline has given you some rage, it seems, as
Yeah,
well as the
that's,
roids.
that's great. I don't care about going bald. I just fucking
people who
told
don't
you.
care get very
I'm
mad
not a
when it's
fucking
brought
beta
up.
male fag who's like, my hair, I'm not going to be pretty for
You're
girls
ugly.
anymore. That's great. That's
You're a very
great.
ugly man.
But
That's okay.
great.
You can
If
be
you-
ugly.
Right,
It's cool.
right. Your job is, this boy's prettier than this
You have
boy's
very
face.
close set eyes.
That's
your
your
nose
job.
is too wide. I could tell you all the issues.
I'll take your advice on that.
It's okay.
I like Zac Efron's face better. He's really pretty.
He
Brad
mugs you
Pitt's
to
really
suicide.
pretty.
Yes,
That's what
they
you
mug
do
you
for
to
a living.
suicide. Yes,
That's
they mug
great.
you to
So
suicide.
I'm curious. Do you still live with your mommy? Do you still
No,
live with your
I'm
mommy?
extremely wealthy. I don't. It looks like you do though. You look like you're in a
okay, so you
mom's
still live
basement.
with
Yeah.
your mommy, huh? How
No,
old are you?
actually, I'm in my own villa. But good try.
That's weird. I've seen videos where your fucking mom's in the background.
That was the old me. This is the new me. I'm in a very nice
Oh,
villa,
okay.
actually. Thank
so
you, though.
talking about what boy's face is prettier than what
I
other
probably.
This dude is lying. Look at that thing in the back there. He's lying about being wealthy. He's got some shitty looking cabinet. A wealthy person would not have something like this. So he's just playing with my cousin.
Probably have more
It's
money than
making
you,
good
and I think I'm
money
probably
for
10
you,
years
huh?
younger, by the way. But listen,
Yeah,
like,
so,
see, I
again,
want to
talking
bring it
about
back.
What boys' face is prettier than other boys' faces is making money. That's good for you. That's
Thank
good.
you.
You're able to actually get out of the house and
I have
not
a,
be with your
a
mommy
software.
anymore.
It's very
Talking
successful.
about how you like pretty boy
Yes.
faces.
Okay, so I can leave, or we can talk about something productive. Let me know.
Blab about whatever fucking horse shit you want.
So I'll ask you, like, see, you're so far from good faith. Like, we can't make much traction, right?
Oh,
so
I'm good faith.
it may or may not.
It may or may not be prone to malnutrition. I have no
If
idea.
you were to make an inference, like, do you think the diet we should be eating should be extremely deficient in nutrients that we require, like B12, things like that?
What do you mean should be? That implies some sort of
Yeah, fair. We can reward it.
normative ought claim. I
Yeah,
don't know what
yeah,
you mean by
yeah.
that.
We can reward it, reward it. Do you think it's sensible to you to make the inference that, you know,
Mechanistic speculation.
that's
Are
utter
people like
mechanistic
you
speculation?
Oh, so now mechanisms don't mean anything.
I don't make hard health outcomes, bro. I'm not gonna say X or Y will make you live longer or shorter.
When we literally have data showing people who consume more red meat have increased risk
No, they
of
said they
cancer, and
consumed
we can actually
more.
outline.
I didn't see your question, Ryan. I fuck dudes that look like him. Yeah, I've dated guys that look like this face IQ person. But they had some common sense to know that BBC does not stand for the British Broadcasting Channel.
The
no,
entire
false.
disease process of
False.
how red meat causes DNA damage and
No.
modification,
All right, well, I'll
leading
let
to
you
cancer
finish.
cell production.
I'll let you finish.
That's not
So
enough.
no, we have people who say they eat red meat in a mixed more. They said they eat more.
So you didn't right. So this is the more
So they said they.
bullshit.
So that doesn't actually counter my point. You know it's true. They
So
said they
you
ate
didn't
more.
listen to anything I said again.
No, I
It's
did.
just
I'm
more
calling you out.
bullshit.
You have no response to that, correct? Yes, correct.
Response to what?
The fact that they were not observed eating red meat. They said they eat more red meat. That's in the context of fast food. Even unprocessed red meat's often even counted as hot dogs.
So again, these prospective cohorts, they use validated food questionnaires.
Validated. Okay, so that's an opinion. Like that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay,
It's
so
still, it's not
it's
observed.
just somebody's opinion. Okay, right. So
Exactly.
it's somebody's opinion that somebody smoked 10 packs of cigarettes a month.
No, that's false because that's actually binary reporting. That's false.
I
That's
don't
not a good
know what
analogy.
you mean by binary reporting. You have to
What the fuck is binary reporting?
count the amount of cigarettes you
Smoking-
have.
Yeah, now they're just... I would agree, Matt. I agree. I think the good stuff is just literally over with. But of course, this other new stuff here, hold on. Oh, no, that's actually from his perspective. Okay, got it. How does it? I've never heard of this Face IQ person. Is he one of these looks maxers or something? Yep, he's a looks maxer. Where are these people coming from anyway? Jesus Christ. Where are all these looks maxers coming from? I'm going to come up with something, maybe spook masting or nigger maxing or something. I don't get things here. Oh, we also got to go over the Johnny Somali situation, but there's been a lot of other stuff that's come in, unfortunately, that we definitely do have to discuss here. I want to show you this crap from our favorite Mexican conservative Cuban. All right, folks, let's see what this Nacho Belgrande has to say about black folks here. And I know he's calling out about me. And I'm racist towards everyone, including niggers. All right? So get used to it. Actually, especially niggers.
This post is for people that want to go out of their way to say, you're not white, Gabe. You're not white, Cuban. Stop hashtagging white nationalism. Okay. Well, I like to share something with all of you. For some reason, ever since I was a child, whenever I would get into an argument or, maybe you want to call it a verbal altercation with someone who happened to be black, it reaches a point in the verbal exchange where the black individual will either point out that I'm white or call me a cracker. So maybe you all want to get together.
First off, folks, just because someone calls you white or a cracker doesn't mean anything. People call me a cracker every day on the phone because I sound white, which in itself is kind of insulting. But I get called cracker. I've been called cracker on the phone for 20 years ever since I've done customer service. But just because you're called a cracker don't mean you a cracker. And Cuban, you are not white. You already know that. It's all about what you know. It's not about what people call you. Just because someone calls you white don't mean you're white. You know you're not white.
And start renting some vans and some SUVs. Come down here to South Florida. Start rounding up all of the blacks and send them to re-education camps so they can be reprogrammed to not call me white or cracker.
Your level of importance is of nothing. You're not even a grain of sand in the time of in the world, basically. Round up all the niggers and, re-educate them just for your wastewater working ass. Sure.
I'm not the one that gives myself these titles. I don't give myself those titles. Those titles have been given to me. So, again, you may want to rent some vans, some SUVs, come down here, round up all the blacks, send them to re-education camps, and, reprogram the Cuban. Gabe isn't white. Thank you for your attention on this matter.
No one cares. Shut up. You already know you're not white. It doesn't matter what someone else calls you. All right? It reminds me of that old episode on the Boondocks where Uncle Ruckus, people called him white in order not to piss him off anymore, knowing that he's a darky. All right?
Here we go.
Speaking of which, folks, it is getting to be the end of the month, and I try to mix around my racial slurs with blacks. So we're next month I'm gonna start using shvoogie, all right? So remember, the racist word for black folks for March is shvoogie. All right? That's what I'm gonna call black folks. Shvoogies. All right? And of course, for Hispanics, I haven't came up with something. I'm thinking chili pepper or something. I have to think about that. White folks, what was I gonna call you? Bee drops or something, or I can go with the classic peckerwood, or just short for woods. You goddamn woods. And people ask what's a wood. That stands for peckerwood. So I might use peckerwood for white people. You know, it's important, folks, to mix around your racial slurs. You know, have a little bit of continuity. Why call someone a nigger when you can call him a shvoogie? Shvoogie's cool. It's actually Yiddish, actually, for black folks. Just to let you know. So, believe me, I have a dictionary of different racial slurs that I can use against someone. Because, like I said, you say the N-word to a black person. I don't even know why I'm saying N-word at this point in time, since I've already said the other word. You won't get them pissed off. They'll just look at you. However, if you call them a chocolate face, oh man, they're going to be swinging at you in no time. All right? Call them a chocolate face, and you'll get some good cardio boxing. Guarantee, like Justin Wilson. Yes, sir. In any event, I hope no shwoogies heard what I said there, So. Now look at this beaut.
We're going to start streaming. As a matter of time, it had to be done. You guys click the link. We're going to wait till we get a good amount of subs before we drop the first video. So you guys, subscribe as many people as you can get to subscribe. We'll drop a video today if it gets high enough. I ain't starting till we have people showing that they're...
Vince, isn't it Moon Cricket this month?
Yes, it is Moon Cricket this month. But, we only got one day left. But definitely do appreciate your donation. Yeah, this month was Moon Cricket, but I didn't use that much. I need to, I guarantee this next month I'll be using shvoogie a lot, alright? In fact, I may use it for 2 months, alright? So the word for black people is shvoogie, alright? But again, thanks for your donation.
We want to do this shit. Let's run it. We're going to start streaming. As a matter of time, it had to be done. You guys click the link. We're going to wait till we get a good amount of subs before we drop the first video. So you guys, subscribe as many people as you can get to subscribe. We'll drop a video today if it gets high enough. I ain't starting till we have people showing that they want to do this shit. Let's run it. We're going to start.
Maybe I might switch it with gollywog. Nah, shvoogie. I don't use shvoogie that much there, so yeah, I'm gonna use that this month there. It's nothing like a little bit of Yiddish racism, Most people didn't think I knew that, but I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shylock was something that I'm not going to call him Reverend. That's something that Jesse Jackson used to use. He used to use the word Shylock. My daddy, he used the word Shylock a lot too when describing the Jews. I remember me, my brother. Well, let me give y'all a little story. See, I was in town for the Arnold Classic. That's in Columbus, Ohio. My dad and my brother, they live in Cleveland, Ohio. So I got there Thursday or so, and you don't want to pay for hotel fees for 4 days. So I went over to my dad's house to stay overnight there, So I came down there, I got there, I drove all the way up there, which was like 9 or 10 hours. Won't do that ever again. Any event, Me, my brother, my dad, we was hungry. We went out to Red Lobster. You know, this and folks, in Cleveland, Ohio looks like a war zone. It's dirty, you know. And that was the same with the restaurant there. You know, it was all ran by Schwoogies, or excuse me, that's next month. It was all ran by Moon Crickets. So I already knew there was a problem. I love my people, but, you know, sometimes the hygiene, So we went and ordered. I took a bite of the food. There was hair in the shit. I was beginning to get sick. I'm like, Pops, we got to get up out of here. All right? Let's go where the white folks eat, you know? We didn't even bother paying or anything. It's like, aren't you going to pay for it? I'm like, hell no. Shit. Take that weave out your hair, all right? Brother, like natural, all right? Need to go back to those horse stables and return that horse's weave with that. So, we go to where the white folks eat up at Cracker Barrel, you know? Emphasis on the word Cracker Barrel. And I love Cracker Barrel. The great one loves Cracker Barrel. No, it's Schwoogie, all right? I'll spell it out in just a minute there, quick bump. But we went to Cracker Barrel and we was chatting, and you know, my dad just, for all of a sudden, for some reason or other, for like 15 minutes, he went on a rant about Jews and stuff and what they did for years and everything. I mean, it was, and you know, my dad, he was, you know, he's up in age there. So you know how old folks will just talk real loud and everything, and everybody's looking around and stuff there. Now, the funny thing is, one dude, this white dude and couple, he was just nodding his head at what my dad was saying. I was going to ask him if he was a... I kid you not. He was up there nodding at everything my dad was saying. And, man, he was using every racial slur. He used the word Shylock there, you know. Nah, Cracker Barrel's just fine. But yeah, folks, that's the real thing there. Of course, he's now in his 80s there. He doesn't, you know, he's up in one of those senior living places. You know, I'm not going to put him in a nursing home, folks. Nah, that ain't going to happen. None of us are going to go to nursing homes anyway. In about 20 years or so, they're going to be freaking robots that'll be doing everything we need. So, because it's just going to simply be a lot cheaper for a robot to fix you up. But folks, we got a report on good old Johnny Somali. And folks, I will tell you this right now. It didn't turn out good for him. It just didn't. It turned out very, very, very bad. Worst case scenario, folks.
Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, was absolutely crushed today in court, and we have massive consequences as the FAFO hits. We're going to get into that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney over here in Asia, and this is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. And of course, we've been following the Johnny Somali trial from the beginning and giving you the real narrative, the real facts, the real consequences on what's going down in Korea for Johnny Somali, and we are at the end here. We indeed had a massive hearing today that actually had a little bit of a twist, which we'll get into and get into the details here. So today's hearing we thought was just going to be involving modifying the indictments, potentially either modifying the deepfakes, adding charges, maybe doing something else like that. But what they threw in was they added in closing arguments. Typically that is done on a different day, but they allowed those closing arguments to proceed today. So we actually have an update on Johnny Somali's closing argument and his whole spiel his last attempt to make his defense, which failed miserably. We had the Somali conviction team present there, taking notes, taking transcripts, so we have very good details there. There was no Hank in the courtroom. This is the second time that Hank has not been there in the courtroom with Ramsey Khalid Ismail. Johnny Smiley, aka Ramsey Khalid Ismail, RKI, made a very bad argument in terms of his closing argument that was poorly received. Everybody in the court was shocked by the fact that he was making these statements and go.
Rule 1, folks. If you're in court, keep your mouth shut and let your lawyer talk for you.
Going this angle with his closing argument, and even the judge had a visible bad reaction to what he was doing. The prosecution also gave the recommended punishment, and it is way worse than most people would have expected, and actually has some real consequences for him, even in the United States. So we're going to talk about that as well. So let's jump right into it. Guys, in case you don't know, Ramsey Khalid Ismail is facing 8.
Look at that, folks. So far, all guilty, but these two, those are the ones that are going to tear him up.
Yes, 8 different charges. That's 4 obstruction of business, 2 minor offenses acts, and 2 deep fakes. Now, he'd been trying to get rid of this deep fake with Youngman.
Now, here's the thing, folks. You see, all of this here, all you have to do is pay money to get out of this. This amounts to about $30,000. But this here, once he gets convicted, you can't pay your way out of this. You have to serve prison time. Let me take this off here. For this here, folks, you have to serve prison time, the 2 below. So, yeah, he is in some deep, 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 deep trouble.
And also the one with Bong Bong, trying to kind of knock both of those things off, because that's stuff that carries serious prison time, and that's the thing where you can't wiggle out with a fine. And because of that, he's already guilty on all these.
Another TFP video.
Matty Matt with a $3 donation. Definitely appreciate that. No, nothing's going to really happen to him there, so he'll be all right.
Abortion, say no legal! Bye, Patty, my drag! And what is wrong with Margaret Sanger?
She said that the most merciful.
I want one of those things there, Matt. I want to wear one of those.
thing that a family could do to one of its young is to kill it.
Well, I'm sure that was taken out of context.
In this video, I'm going to show you who Margaret Sanger really was and why.
Why does he have his chest stuck out? You know you ain't as big as the great one. That old silly, sometimes a double-breasted suit doesn't look good on everyone.
She founded Planned Parenthood. These 21 quotes by Margaret Sanger reveal the wicked roots of the abortion movement and expose the twisted mindset behind the present-day culture of death. In her own words, Sanger peddles racism, eugenics, contraception, and abortion, while demonstrating a visceral hatred for children, parenthood, marriage, and the Catholic Church. Every quote I'm about to give you has been verified and is well documented.
Yeah, I'd fuck him.
But from my view, I believe that there should be no more babies. The most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its infant...
One thing I told you, one guy that I dated there, he was a Mormon, he was a Mormon, Ryan, and I always heard those stories about the silver underwear and everything. Guess what? They actually wear those things. They really do.
members is to kill it. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate
I got into his precious.
the Negro population. Members is to kill it. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. I accepted an invitation to talk to the women's branch of the Ku Klux Klan. I was escorted to the platform, was introduced, and began to speak. In the end, through simple illustrations, I believed I had accomplished my purpose. A dozen invitations to speak to similar groups were proffered.
Do you believe there is such a thing as sin?
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just marked when they're born. That, to me, is the greatest sin that people can commit.
The most serious evil of our times is that of encouraging the bringing into the world of large families. The most immoral practice of the day is breeding too many children. Eugenics without birth control seems to us a house builded upon the sands. It is at the mercy of the rising stream of the unfit. As an advocate of birth control, I wish to take advantage of the present opportunity to point out that the unbalance between the birth rate of the unfit and the fit, admittedly the greatest present menace to civilization, can never be rectified by the inauguration of a cradle competition between these two classes. The most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the overfertility of the mentally and physically defective. No more children should be born when the parents, though healthy themselves, find that their children are physically or mentally defective. A marriage license shall in itself give husband and wife only the right to a common household and not the right to parenthood. No woman shall have the legal right to bear a child, and no man shall have the right to become a father without a permit for parenthood. Permits for parenthood shall be issued upon application by city, county, or state authorities to married couples, providing they are financially able to support the
I think China adopted that type of stuff, but
the expected child, have the qualifications needed for proper rearing of the child, have no transmissible diseases, and, on the woman's part, no medical indication that the maternity is likely to result in death or permanent injury to health. No permit for parenthood shall be valid for more than one birth. Apply a stern and rigid policy of sterilization and segregation to that grade of population whose progeny is tainted, or whose inheritance is such that objectionable traits may be transmitted to offspring. These two words, birth control, sum up our whole philosophy. It means the release and cultivation of the better elements in our society, and the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual extinction of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
And folks, this is one of the reasons why I hate abortion. Because this woman came up and popularized it, and people still quote this racist lady. I mean, she promoted eugenics. The problem is, folks, is people don't read what's called books. You know, they don't crack open a book. They prefer to read everything that's on social media instead and watch Meeting the Kardashians and shit. Speaking of which, I heard Kim Kardashian is dating Lewis Hamilton, so don't expect them to win any Grand Prix events for quite some time. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is.
Charity itself is the symptom of a malignant social disease.
Oh, we got like 2 minutes of this left. It's cool, Matty Matt.
My own position is that the Catholic doctrine is illogical, not in accord with science, and definitely against social welfare and race improvement.
It's very educational.
All of our problems
man.
are the result of overbreeding among the working class. Knowledge of birth control is essentially moral. Its general, though prudent practice must lead to a higher individuality and ultimately to a cleaner race. Feeble-mindedness perpetuates itself from the ranks of those who are blandly indifferent to their racial responsibilities. And it is largely this type of humanity we are now drawing upon to populate our world for the generations to come. In this orgy of multiplying and replenishing the earth, this type is pari passu multiplying and perpetuating those direst evils in which we must, If civilization is to survive, extirpate by the very roots. Birth control itself, often denounced as a violation of natural law, is nothing more or less than the facilitation of the process of weeding out the unfit, of preventing the birth of defectives or of those who will become defectives. If we are to make racial progress, this development of womanhood must precede motherhood in every individual woman.
So irritating. You people are so irritating. I can't stand it.
Please help us open more eyes to the truth by sharing these
Yeah, I'd fuck them.
quotes. America will only turn back to God when the abortion agenda is fully rejected in our culture. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
Yeah, you mess with me, you're going to be reaching for heaven, all right? Yeah, you will get down on your knees and pray to the Great One! Woo!
These other counts, he already pled guilty to all these accounts, but he was fighting these two. He was really banking on today being a day where they drop those deepfakes.
But thanks again for the donation.
Because these deepfakes, once again, have mandatory prison time, mandatory recommendations, and he's got 2 of them on his count. They had this motion to modify the indictment, and they filed this days ago. I kept that under wraps because I wanted to see where this went and how this played out. Obviously, if there was a modification, we wanted to be able to explain it. So today we found out during the hearing what that was. RKI was hoping this was going to be the deepfakes drop. They were going to get rid of the Jungmann deepfake because he had a quote-unquote unofficial settlement with Jungmann. But mind you, in the Korean system, the prosecutors have all of the authority as to whether or not a charge is dropped, what they do with the charge. So even if you receive a settlement with a victim saying, hey, or somebody else, the other party there, because these people, Jungmann and RKI, both showed the deepfake, and the deepfake was of Jungmann and Hank making out naked. Very definitely fits the deepfake statute just to a T. But the prosecution did not drop the charges. In fact, they did not even mitigate the charge. All they did was update a table of contents and update dates and times of some of the crimes, including some of the deepfakes. They updated those to be correct. So all they did was issue corrections to dates and times. So this is a massive, massive loss for RKI, as his whole case was banking on getting rid of these deepfakes. So let's jump into his closing argument. What did he say? And this is the words of Johnny Somali, aka Ramsey Khalid Ismail. I'm going to break it down and then we're going to do some analysis. So Ramsey said, I sincerely apologize for my actions in Korea. I express remorse for the incident for which I was charged. I have been held captive here in Korea for 1.5 years, during which time I committed no crimes. That, by the way, I'm going to step out there. That's very debatable, as he's got other pending stuff being investigated that's criminal activity he would potentially committed. Anyways, he says I learned to integrate into society during that time. I did some foolish things under the influence of alcohol, and I realized the consequences. I sincerely apologize for this. Having been born and raised in the United States, I did not realize how serious the consequences of the actions were, which would not be...
You always study the laws before you go to another country.
Considered criminal in the US and could be in Korea. I'm going to pause there. This statement and this framing, being sorry not for what you really did, but sorry for the consequences. This is very similar to when he said, I'm sorry this offends your honor, in his previous apology about the comfort woman statute. It's not actually his actions he feels remorseful for, but the fact that there are consequences for his actions. Let's continue. I reached an agreement with Lee Jung-chuk, that's Jungmann, regarding the 2 deepfakes. That's actually false. He only received a settlement regarding 1. The other was with Bong Bong. He doesn't have a settlement with her. And he no longer seeks punishment. Bong Bong made it clear in court that she was unaware distributing deepfake videos was a crime and initially viewed them as not sexual content, but funny images. If she, a Korean, did not recognize the same act as a crime, how could he, an American, have known it was? When I asked Bong Bong whether he had defendant's consent to distribute the videos, Bong Bong said no. The law is unfair. Since the police didn't do anything when I tried to report Bong Bong, all I'm asking is for the law to be applied fairly. I want to appeal to the prosecution and police. It's unfair if Bong Bong and I receive different punishments. I'm still young. I want to see my family and go home. Please show leniency. So that is all of his argument. So essentially, once again, in closing, Ramzi Khalid Ismail is arguing that his ignorance of Korean culture led him to attack shopkeepers, that it's okay in America to throw ramen at people, to curse, to disrupt business. Actually, no, it's not. A lot of those things would also be criminal in the United States, RKI, right? A lot of those behaviors, even in the US, wouldn't be okay. But trying to say that's Korean culture. The judge did not like that at all. He also claimed that Youngman doesn't want punishment, but it doesn't matter that Youngman doesn't want punishment. It's up to the prosecutors to determine whether to bring that forward or not. And last, he attacked Bong Bong. You see how much he focused on this is unfair. Well, this argument, as I've said from the beginning of this case, is a loser in any country when it comes to criminal defense. You cannot say I should be innocent because you didn't charge this other person who did the same thing. It's the speeding analogy. Hey, you didn't give that guy a speeding ticket, therefore you can't give me a speeding ticket. It simply doesn't work anywhere on earth, and him trying to use this here was always a loser strategy, and the fact that he played it out is actually full comedy. And once again, saying he's only really sorry for these consequences of his actions, right? And no knowledge. Ignorance of the law is not a defense, particularly in this case when he was on.
It's not ignorance, it's nignorance.
On a spree. Continuing, the judge visibly reacted and gave side eye. This is something that was perceived by the Somali Conviction Court. The judge is normally very serious, very straight laced, no nonsense, but he had an actual physical reaction when RKI tried to blame ignorance of Korean culture. And when he started to attack Bong Bong and imply that she should be punished, that did not go well with anybody in the room. The prosecutors, the judge, they were not having any of that, not entertained by that. This argument that the law is unfair and the police didn't do anything about Bong Bong and that they received different punishments, that did not work at all. No one in the court thought that apology was sincere, and nobody was buying that argument. So what did the prosecution drop? Well, they dropped their sentencing recommendation, and it is insane. The prosecution suggested 3 years in prison with labor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, labor. A fine of 150,000 Korean won, which is the maximum. If they could give more, they probably would give more. And sex offender registration. That is a
woo. Yeah, that's going to impact them in the U.S. too.
Bombshell. One of the biggest bombshells today is sex offender registration. The court is very likely to adopt the prosecution's recommendation or only give a little bit below. So 2 to 3 years, very reasonable to say. You know, they recommended 3, maybe they give 2. Very reasonable to predict that. The fine, registration, that's the very, very likely ruling that's going to come up during sentencing, which will be the next hearing. His 2 smartphones are also forfeited. He is not going to get those back. And as part of being a registered sex offender, his labor will only be with other prisoners, right? So likely he is going to get factory labor job or prison toilets because
that's the really bad stuff.
He is not going to be allowed as a sex offender.
He's going to be sewing shirts and cleaning toilets
in Korea to interact with normal people. And that is probably the best for normal human beings in Korea, to not have to interact with Ramzi Khalid Ismail, Johnny Somali. So cabbage picking, unfortunately, I know we have our lovely, lovely, lovely cabbage plushie here coming soon. But cabbage picking may be too good for him, because that would actually involve him working with other people. They're also required to make a public disclosure, let everybody know about his sex offender status, and also put him on a mandatory sex offender treatment. So that's all part.
And basically, the mechanism that they use is they get out in front of an entire crowd and have to announce it. Yeah, they don't play around with that sex offender. You don't get put into a computer. You got to publicly announce that shit.
Of the recommendation there. So also, as a registered Korean sex offender, RKI, and this is the U.S. law where I kept.
Now, you guys pay attention to this, and I'm going to highlight this.
Man.
If you get branded a sex offender in Korea, you also have to register as a sex offender in the United States. And that's under U.S. federal law. So he'll have to register as a sex offender in the U.S. when he gets out of this mess.
May be required to register as a U.S. sex offender under federal law, SORNA. Now, this is interesting because convictions under the laws of any foreign country require you to register as long as that conviction was fair and had due process. South Korea meets this standard. He went through a lot of due process. This is considered fair by U.S. law. So South Korea is considered a fair country. It's not North Korea. It's not some sort of, other country like Cuba or something like that that's going to have unfair political laws, etc. Because South Korea would meet that standard. So he's required to register upon 3 days of entering the U.S. So he must register in any U.S. jurisdiction where he resides, works, or attends school. Failure to register in the U.S. can carry a 10-year jail sentence. So that is waiting for him after he gets out of jail in South Korea. Massive.
Not jail. He's going to prison.
Massive W. The next trial date and sentencing is set for April 15, 2026. And now this is very funny. The judge asked him, hey, do you want to be sentenced quickly? And Johnny Somali said, yes, I would like to be sentenced quickly. And essentially ignored his wish in a little FU to Somali, ignored that and normal procedure, which is setting the sentencing 2 weeks after closing arguments. These were closing arguments. 2 weeks after would still be would be early March or mid-March. No, we're going to put it in April 15th. So they set it for 2 months instead. So even on the
yeah, they're going to make him sweat like Keith.
Play out, it looks bad for Johnny Somali. This is a total loss for Cabbage Boy. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below.
So that's why I wanted to play that video, folks. Johnny Somali's going to have to register as a sex offender, and it is over with. He has no future whatsoever. But at this point in time, that's the least of the worries. South Korean prisons are horrible. All right? They are horrible. And I mean, you got to understand those toilets have to smell with all, because, nothing personal, but Asians will eat practically anything. I love them to death there. I've dated plenty of Asian people. My ex-boyfriend, we had dinner one time there and he decided to bring some eel, That eel was pretty good, but it was a fucking eel, all right? EEL. I don't know whether it was an electric eel or whatever. They eat some strange things, but some of that stuff's pretty good, but I ain't eating no monkey brains or anything like that, just keeping it real telling to you like it is. Yeah, that was my last boyfriend, he was Asian, so yeah. I'll have to contact him, see how he's been doing there anyway. But yeah, we had eel, That eel was pretty good too. He fried it up in that wok there, put some little spice. It was a little spicy seasoning or so forth. I mean, that thing was off the chain, baby. That was off the chain, I kid you not. His favorite food was fried chicken. That may have caused that's probably why I was attracted to him there, because of he ate a lot of fried chicken. I'm just messing, but well, he did like fried chicken a bunch. I mean, we would always go out to Bojangles here. It's like, where you want to eat, Bojangles? I'm like, okay. Yeah. He really loved that fried chicken, that's for sure. He loved the soul bird, baby. The gospel bird. Indeed. And he always wanted the big piece of chicken, I also gave him a big piece of my chicken, too. Yes, sir. I gave him the drumstick. He liked chicken, and he also liked the caca. You right about that, Ryan. You right about that. All right, let's check the Reddit post for Frank Tufano and see what he keeps saying. Frank Tufano is getting literally destroyed on Reddit. I mean, literally speaking. Frank Tufano is being sued for $17,428. I guess this is an advertisement. Yeah, they've been
There
literally...
has been some type of organized gang stalking against my business.
Yeah, they've been destroying him a bunch. Let's take a look at this here. Someone by the name of Mohawk Global Logistics is suing Tefano for $17,000. Let's take a look at the forms. But yeah, he's getting eaten up. You see, Frank Tefano can throw out all the lawsuits he wants, but remember, there's always going to be return fire. And this is for breach of content. Defendant received said services, did not reject, did not dispute, or anything. I don't know who Mohawk Global Logistics is. I'll have to look them up. It doesn't sound like that company for the Angus or anything. But let's check out what Mohawk Global Logistics is. Yep, I got it here. Yeah, with a website like that, this has got to be a pretty significant company. Oh well. Tough break, nigga. Always forwarding was the Wagyu rotting on the... You know, there's more behind that than, yeah. I mean, that's him to settle there, you know. But, of course, he has some new videos, so...
Jake Levy should be in jail for theft of trade secrets. But because I'm not in the club, because I'm not a member of the elite, he's able to steal my formulas and products.
First off, how in the world would he know his formulas?
And make millions of dollars off of them. He's the original culprit. I found about this other company, Prima, who has also stolen my formulation, but they're a more recent thing. So he ordered the bars off my website, the best bar that I came up with 5 years ago, sent these bars to a manufacturer to be replicated, and ever since 2023, he's been selling these bars, originally called the Way Better Bar, but then after all these online accusations, he changed the name to the Jacob Bar. He altered the formula a little bit so it was...
Oh, we already read the Vegan Gains lawsuit there, KCB. We read that a couple of days ago on another live stream. I think it was Soul Poll. Yeah, we did that Saturday.
Wasn't as much of a direct copy, but why isn't this kid canceled on I mean, it's crazy to me. They should literally be in jail for criminal theft of trade secret. Instead, I'm the one getting censored and shadow banned on social media, and they make millions of dollars.
Well, again, tough break there, you know, but... You know, they probably bought bars to study the competition, which is perfectly fair. And as far as reformulation is concerned, it's really hard to actually find what ingredients are in a specific bar. You know, you can get all the chemical labs and stuff that you want, but, you know, you're never going to get the exact blends of things, so...
The first babies, we got some baby goats overnight. I don't know, maybe they were born the day before. I didn't check yesterday. They're so cute. I hope the mothers are taking good care of you. I'm gonna have to bring some goat milk down and feed you.
You're gonna feed a goat milk? Cool.
I'm gonna bring some goat milk down and feed you. I don't know if I can feed them without a bottle. Might need like to go buy a baby bottle or something. They're so cute. She thinks I'm her mother too, or he. Her mother's protected. Well, I don't know who the mother is. I'm guessing it's the. They have a black stripe on them, so I'm guessing it's maybe the brown goats, but who knows? What a cutie.
They are kind of cute, actually, so, I mean, I will give them that.
I put some feed in here for the mother, and I guess everyone else wanted to join. But I would bet these are twins, because it's very unlikely that two of the goats gave birth in the same day, and they look the same. So these are definitely twins. I bet money on that. But we're going to maybe go to Tractor Supply and get some, I guess maybe they have some feeding bottles. And I'll bring some goat milk down from the warehouse just to make sure.
Yeah, I've met them before, but it was so long ago, their quick pump. Very long time ago.
Sure, they're fed very well for the.
I've met everybody, just about every bodybuilder prior to 2016. 2016 was the last time I went. I pretty much stopped going to all IFBB shows after 2016, and I've mainly gone to regional shows. The last show I went to was 2 years ago. I went to Johnny's show in Charlotte, North Carolina. So
the first few weeks, and they grow up quick and strong. But I don't know if mommy has enough milk for two. Probably not.
I will say this one more time. The biggest guy I've ever actually saw was John Cena, KCB. John Cena is huge. He is big and he is huge. I would honestly, I mean, Undertaker, he's tall but lean. John Cena is a beast. I mean, I'll tell you right now, he's a beast. Ronnie Coleman is big, but you got to remember, he's the same height as I am. And John Cena is towers over me, and he is just humongous. That's the biggest person I've ever seen ever. Now, I've never met the Giant before or anything. I'm sure he's a lot bigger than John Cena, but John Cena is massive. When you see him in person, I mean, you'd be surprised just how big this motherfucker is.
There has been some type of organized gang stalking against my business since I've started.
And the funny thing is, when I said, "What's up, John?" he said, "What's up, Vince?" He already knew who I was. I guess he was he lurked in the forums there. So.
And we've lost thousands of dollars in chargebacks every single month for over 6 years now. This is why I tell people never to use Shopify, and we're trying to get off the platform, but they will help these gang stalkers steal money from you. Someone gets the product delivered, they file a chargeback, they always win. They side with the gang stalker. They don't side with the small business. And this person plays this.
When I mean the word tower, Ryan, he's actually a little bit taller than 6'1". I would say he's 6'2" or 6'3", but he's wider. He's wider than Ronnie Coleman. So when you're standing a little taller and you're wider, then yeah, he's taller than 6'1". I think he's at least 6'2" or 6'3". He was at least 4 inches taller than I am. Either that or I've shrunk or something.
Order, which is $250, and then another order for $125. So they actually stole $400 worth of eggs. 2 boxes right there on their front doorstep. I wonder if they're ripping those people off too.
That's a pretty nice door.
You know what really got me? He's got a $9 million house. You got a $9 million house, and you're risking your reputation on scamming a small business that's trying to help people. It's insane. It's absurd. What is wrong with these people?
Just because you own a $9 million house doesn't mean that you should not accept anything other than that. You know, you need to take it up with him you shouldn't be trying to put him on blast on YouTube, because he can go back and just sue your ass there, you know, and stuff. And he'll win too. You know, I have customers, and I'll show you. Nah, I won't show you this here. I had this one customer. Hold on. And I'll show you this right here. They filed a chargeback on me. Yeah, right here. You probably can't see the screen, but just left me a wicked ugly message, and I explained to her that for her $14 order, even though she reversed it and apologized, you know, a chargeback fee is still $30, so your $14 reversal is meaningless. I mean, here's the thing, KCB. When I met Lou Ferrigno, it was long after his competitive career, so he was actually smaller. He was taller than me, but he was a lot smaller than I was. He's small and useless to us now, you know. Hate to say that. But then again, I'm a pretty big guy myself, so. You know, people, whenever I go to a show, they are surprised as far as to how big I am, actually. So, yeah. I mean, if you guys ever meet me in person, some of you will probably be surprised how big I am.
Christina! Freudian slip! Christina!
He doesn't demand it. He has a sign up at his table, KCB.
Christina! Christina, I love you! Christina!
Hello, Christina from Milan. I haven't forgot about you. I was watching a show recently. Yeah. I saw an individual that just came in and reached into my soul in a way that I can't describe. I'm trying to figure it out. Her name is Christina Broccolini. You know what's going through my mind? The whole time was just her.
Well, I mean, he had that disease there, where his pituitary glands was big, so yeah. I can imagine Andre the Giant. I mean, they called him the Giant, so I would suppose he would be pretty big.
Her spirit, how it transcend normal emotions, how she brought out that emotion in me. She's an actress and a movie producer from Canada.
Oh, Jesus.
And she actually spoke to my soul on this show called Mystery Hunters, which was a rerun. And I saw a few clips from her from the club scene short film she did, and it just took off from there. So I just like to give her a shout. She's a new inspiration. And if I give the seed for Christina, that means that's for you. And our souls have been intertwined since the beginning of eternity till the end.
What would you do to her if she actually showed up and you
I'd probably start crying. Come on, Christina, that's for you. More on a serious note, I'd like to recognize Montreal, Canada's finest. And I'm not talking about the Canadiens or the Alouettes. I'm talking about Christina Broccolini. Her birthday, Monday, June 8th. Since my tablet's down, if all you misfit maniacs could get on her webpage, Amazon.com, Walmart.com, look on the webpage Kickstarter. Anything Christina produces, consider that a charitable contribution, as I will be doing myself. And if you want to, we'll have a short film with me as a co-star. Christina and Andrew here can co-direct, and you guys can fund it. We'll talk about that in the future if you want to see it. Wish you a very happy birthday from Big Lenny.
And you know her birthday is in March, not June, right?
I don't know.
A bunch of the fans, viewers looked it up and they corrected it in the last video.
Why, she got irritated by it?
I don't know if she got irritated by it.
I apologize.
Fuck this shit. Let's train legs.
Right now. One thing I think would be great if Christina Broccolini, the finest film producer in the world,
here we go,
could do in a co-project with Andrew, maybe a short film or whatever. I think that's why I sort of connected with her in that way, because there's something that's in the works. You know, you know how the mind works, where sometimes you think about things and it happens. It's happened to me on a few occasions.
Well,
and I think this may be one of them. If you could, Team Broccolini could get in touch with Andrew. Come on, Christina.
All she has to do is go to the Facebook fan page or message me privately on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll do anything.
We'll
I'll do it for free, any role you want.
Got it.
Because you're my angel and my inspiration, Christina. And when I do my big intense sets, when I give up the C sign, that means that's for you.
Sure it doesn't stand for cross-dresser, that C?
Well, if she wants me to do it, whatever she whatever she says. Today is my new holiday. Birthday of Christina Broccolini.
Oh,
June
Jesus.
8th. What can I say? She's an angel and an inspiration. And people ask me, what is it? You have a crush on her? You want her for a girlfriend? You want to marry her? I said no. She brought an emotion out to me that's unlike anything else. I don't know what it is. She came in and touched my soul. Thank you very much. You're my angel. You're my inspiration.
No, we don't want to hear about Christina Broccolini anymore. Thank you.
I forgot my picture of Christina. I love that picture.
I know you do.
It's tremendous.
How much of your DNA is already on it?
Oh, it's not that way at all. Honestly, if it was, I'd tell you. I don't know what it is.
This is like some spiritual shit.
Yeah, it is.
Christina Broccolini, you don't even have to touch my weenie. Christina Broccolini, I fell in love when I saw you on the TV.
The hottest, most gorgeous, inspirational cheerleader I've ever seen in my life. And when I got the C sign, you people know what that is by now. Good Lord's going to give me Christina next Saturday right here. I know it. I can sense it. And I will be on call, as you guys will be on call too. Whoa!
The real Christina Broccolini. You're as dumb as fucking Jason. You got, what is it called, catfish?
Getting trolled.
Trolled. Well, you got trolled.
Catfish is a little different.
Christina Broccolini's a fucking
goddess.
Ding, 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 ding.
So you sat here all day Saturday waiting for
I
a
had my
make-believe goddess.
Of course.
Oh my God.
I do it again.
Wait till the people see that.
There are going to be 20 new Christina Broccolini accounts on YouTube. She has heard of him. She has a restraint.
Never met Mr. Perfect. I would have loved to have met him.
Order. I got news for you.
Actually, I found it backstage, and I know Christina Broccolini in her years in the Playhouse and acting, she would be proud of me.
Yeah, Christina was there.
No, don't tell me that.
She was sitting right 2 seats down from me. Looked just like.
Don't tell me that.
Oh my
looked
God.
just like her.
If you didn't tell me, you didn't look like.
She's coming here.
If the real one came here, I'd faint. And I think PJ Braun, he's been collaborating with Christina Broccolini because there's a website that says Jason Genova and Christina Broccolini, and his face is on quite a few of her websites, and mine has never been.
Do you think Jason's blocking you with Christina Broccolini, basically?
Spiritual blocking. People say, oh, Christina Broccolini, jerk off to her. It's on a higher level than that. You know, you jealous because she's married? No, I'm happy for her. And if you don't care about Christina Broccolini, come and rip my tongue out, because I'll keep talking about her till the day I die. We're approximately 23 days out from the Ruby Classic. I enjoyed the Christina Broccolini day last Tuesday, and I hope you maniacs enjoyed it as well. If you get the feeling that I get from watching her, that would be priceless. She will be filmed by Andrew right here. It's going to be memorable. Everyone's your enemy.
Is Christina Broccolini your enemy?
No. She warms my heart, warms my soul, and it continues to get stronger and stronger.
So anybody that's with her is your enemy then.
Look at Christina. Good God. Look at that.
Lenny's got a shower wearing this. This is never coming
That
off.
body looks just like her. And like Brad said, when you put it in the washing machine, turn the shirt inside out.
We told Lenny there's going to be a guest here who wants to meet him. And who was the first person he thought it was?
Christina Broccolini was his first guest. I'm like, Lenny, I can't tell you nothing. I said, you'll be happy. Just come to.
We should have told him she was here. He would have gotten out of bed.
Dale came down here and went in my face, and that's on video. He stood right up in my face, and I was pissed off because I thought Christina was here.
Oh, yeah.
I see Dale chump Chuck E. Cheese chance. Is this guy out of his fucking mind? That's what I'm saying. I know if I ever get hit by lightning or hit by a truck on my bike, when I go to heaven, Christina will be there. Her spirit will be there, so I'll see her immediately. That's how that works. My spirit with Christina intertwined in the netherworld. Okay. Which I can't really describe yet, but I know it's coming.
I guess you know by now it's not Christina Broccolini coming to see you.
Sorry, buddy. It's even better. Dale Chuck E. Cheese chance. So I said to him when he found out I couldn't get her fast enough.
Christina, this show is dedicated to you. I know you saw me on ESPN, and the whole world knows about it now that was dedicated to you. Christina Broccolini.
Oh.
It was just a never-ending source of beauty, inspiration, courage, love. I think about her almost every minute of every day.
I feel bad for you.
Isn't it ironic? Brad's girl's a Christina Broccolini look-alike. She's got that jet black hair. You saw a video of her. Literally, I wouldn't have sex with her. It'd ruin it. It would ruin it.
It'd probably ruin it for Brad too, you know?
Things aren't always as they seem, Brad.
Who says that?
Christine at the end of the show.
That's what she always says at the end of the show?
And remember, things aren't always as they seem. Or we should show that.
He's trying to summon the spirit of Christina Broccolini to help him through this set.
Christina, help me. Look at that. Dale. I got you on this, Dale. Come on, Christina, help me. Help me, Christina.
Oh, she has to know.
She has a picture with his picture
Yeah.
and a do not enter into canon.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I love Christina. She's not a cookie cutter actress. Christina.
Work out those fucking baloney tits.
GoFund to Christina Broccolini Leonard Fund.
We're not doing that GoFundMe shit anymore. It's too much of a pain in the ass.
No, it's not.
They need to just fucking contact Christina and get her to fuck
Yeah,
down.
please do. Let me give Christina a nice kiss.
Or when you meet fucking Christina.
I meet Christina and gaze into those eyes.
You really are a scary.
It's like gazing into eternity. Christina, please help me. Oh my God.
Christian, this is good material too, man.
Christina, my God, look at that.
Existed.
Oh man, it gets better.
Let's see.
Oh, and it's even getting better. And I can't describe the high I'm getting right now.
Big
Oh.
dominate pain crush cookie cutter.
And look at her face. It just, I'm melting.
Is she alive? Maybe you could hook up meet her sometime.
I would surely love to. I hope I do.
Like she'd want to fucking meet me.
No, but
I'm sure Big Richard and Big Lenny are just joking around up in heaven there. That's for sure. Miss both of them there. Especially Big Richard up there insulting Genova.
if we do a video and it's going to be on YouTube,
He's been doing that shit for years.
Look at that.
but she may not have been given the opportunity.
She's probably got a restraining order in every fucking state possible.
She knows.
Why would she have a restraining order?
Just look at this man. He's
Rich.
obsessed.
No, we're talking about her. Why-
She doesn't know him. He's a scary fucking ghoul.
No, but he moved.
She's in total.
I'll be the chaperone.
No,
She's totally in control of me. Like I said, if I got Christina with me, what can ever harm me? Nothing. I'm gonna get back on track.
I thought you'd be fucking dead for sure.
Yeah, I thought so too. But as you can see, Christina, having made this show for a reason.
In her prayers. What did you take today? Yeah, why are you speaking? Who cares? We're freaks.
This is for Christina Broccolini.
Leonard's being frozen in time. Which one in here do you want the baby bird?
She just left. The Christina lookalike.
Oh, God.
If I were to meet Christina Broccolini, that's a different story. She's a goddess.
The only people that know who the fuck she is our fans and us.
No, well,
Elaborate.
she's a non-cookie cutter actress.
Some B actress that Leonard thinks is a fucking goddess. That's not Christina
Broccolini.
So leave her alone before you get in trouble, stupid.
Christina! Christina! Christina, I love you! Christina! Christina, or more! The GoFundMe for Andrew Delray and GoFundMe for Big Lenny. A night with Lucy and obviously a weekend with Christina will be the ultimate. And it's gonna happen.
Clean your fucking house first.
Christina, I hope you're watching because I plan on attending one of your shows this year. It'll be an honor. This is dedicated to you. And any maniac, could you please forward this clip to her? This set is dedicated to Christina Broccolini. I bet some of you thought I forgot about her. Never. It's never gonna happen. I could crush Dill Chance between my shoulder blades. What an angel she is. Man, I hope I can go see her soon. She's out in the open. And Christina, and then you may next want to send this to her. Christina, I just want to meet you, that's all. Bring the family and the kids when all this madness is over. Just when I look into your eyes and hear your voice, I'll probably faint. And when I saw your video and I heard you speak, tears came out of my eyes. I'd like to dedicate this song to Christina Broccolini, my angel. Christina! Christina! Christina, I love you, Christina!
Is that Irish? I'm seeing a lot of what is your favorite memory in this house?
That's a good question. Probably watching Christina Broccolini on Mystery Hunters. Christina, again, I want to thank you. I threw out the big C. I couldn't do all this without you. I think about you every day. I watch your videos every day
I can't believe you're serious right now. This is disturbing.
Yes.
I don't even know if I want you to ride in my fucking car.
Christina, you're absolutely amazing what you did to me. No one's ever done that before. And it's so wholesome. So
all right, let's go.
I love you, Christina. Bye.
Fuck you, Christina.
Oh, boy. Nothing like some classic mints, isn't it? Nothing like it. Next video. All right, let's see what we got here. That is just straight up mean. That's mean. It's going to be another 20 years before he looks like that. That's mean. Jesus Christ. You guys are horrible sometimes. Whoever put that up, they're just horrible.
But you walked away. She was.
No, I had to get my camera.
You walked away, but you do this. You go to the bathroom. You get your phone. You.
Stop it! Stop it!
Whoa, Jason, chill out. Come here.
Stop it! 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 Stop it!
Oh boy. Yeah, if I went and yelled at my mom, she would, I wouldn't be here any longer. Oh, God.
Oh, yes, right now. The dude that was talking about earlier came back. Came on the manager and stuff. Yes.
I gotta watch that. What a burger? What a beating. Oh, he took that order to go, that's for sure. Oh, boy. Damn. Obviously an unruly customer, but it looks like he may have learned his lesson.
Leftists that fled to Canada are now begging online for free housing.
I'm a scholar of the far right who has...
A scholar of the far right? I
Scholar of the far right.
can see why you don't have a job.
fled the United States to Canada, and
She fled the United States.
Need help.
By the way, for the people wondering, this is not a funny joke. This is an actual real person.
I'm a researcher of the far right. I am sitting on 10 months of rare and priceless ethnographic data on a violent Christian nationalist church. I have not had time to analyze it yet because I've been so...
What you should be analyzing is your haircut. Man, she must have went to Supercuts or something, or... No, that, at least Supercuts can at least come up with a decent haircut. I don't know who cut. She's got like one of them little mullets here, She got one of them mullets. You know what that is. Business in the front, party in the back.
so busy waking up with this weight on my chest and frantically needing to go. This is day one as a refugee in Canada. We made it across the border. I don't have a home. It's so hard. It's so hard. Every choice is so hard. The fear we felt crossing the border.
Oh, and she was also a teacher.
My students just turned in their midterm exams. The situation in Canada is absolutely dire. The housing crisis here is worse than in the United States.
Yeah?
I lived in LA for 6 years, and
I would have never guessed.
And I have not faced rent as bad as here.
Uh-huh.
When my partner, our cat, and our dog fled the United States, we headed north with the goal of being close to where our families are located.
This is The Walking Dead? Oh, we have to go north. It's fucking The Last of Us. We have to go and find our family.
My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans.
Uh-huh.
But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not terribly much.
No way. So you're broke? I would have never guessed this. this. So you had a total fucking psychosis moment. We've got to get out of America. We've got to flee. Big surprise. A person like that doesn't have a lot of planning. That poor dog. I know, this poor dog.
And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here.
Well, of course it is. You heard all of those nice stories about free healthcare and stuff. You know, Cuba has free healthcare too, you know. But you gotta understand when it comes to countries, you gotta look at what's called the pros and the cons. She looked at the pros and didn't look at the cons. The housing crisis in Canada is dismal. Apartments are ginormously expensive.
Here, especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't
That's crazy.
access any of the resources that Canadians have.
Why would you get healthcare resources when you just freaking got there? You've not paid any taxes towards Canada to even think that you're even qualified for it.
Access to, and that's understandable.
Sounds like it's
you know, I'm
wait a minute.
Not a citizen of the country, but
wait a minute. So it's understandable that they don't give health care, but these are the same people that think that America needs to give health care to illegals?
it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work. Because there are 2 adults, a cat and a dog. We are looking for more than a room, but a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom.
For free. If you know of a studio, 1 or 2 bedroom apartment that we might be able to rent or stay in for free, please DM me. Guys, does anybody have a house that they can give me for free? Are there any houses?
This is the ask.
This is the ask. I need to live in your house. I need to live in your house with my dog.
As horrified as I am to be revealing my location. So if you...
Why do you think it... Who do you think is after? Do you think Donald Trump's after you? Like they're trying to track you down and like capture... What is this, like a Handmaid's Tale?
No, she does actually believe she's being tracked.
And I have to be able to get across the border with my cat and 2 suitcases and what I hope will look like junk in the back seat. Any other moment could be the kickoff to a genocide. I'm tired of being afraid when I'm teaching in classrooms that somebody's going to come and shoot it up. As a non-binary person and as a leftist.
Do you think the United States is like they're trying to track you down? It's like 12 years a slave. They're going to go onto the plantation and they're going to see her working at the Starbucks. Like, that one, bring her over here right now. You're going back to the plantation over there in California. Nah, she ain't got no papers.
White liberals. Yep.
She's not free, man. Now she can stay there illegally once her visa's up, just like all the Indians. Is that what they do over there?
I'll get in touch with you.
They all just overstay their visa?
DM me. I will be checking my messages regularly. If we can't find housing, we're going to have to leave, and I don't know where we'll go.
Leave? You should have went there. You should have never left to begin with. Always plan things.
I think that you should go to Iran. I think you get to go to Iran. It's a great place. They're very musical.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
I hope that this works.
I looked at an account, left it less than a month ago. They didn't even have enough funds. Wait, so she didn't even have enough funds to survive for a...
Well, she can get one of those work-at-home jobs here. A lot of computer jobs. Now, speaking of which, let's check out the Somalians that were deported and went back to Somalia.
The first batch of Somali returnees coming back into the country. They were among close to 2,000 people the Kenyan police arrested and detained at Sports Stadium in Nairobi.
Now, folks, that's a ninja right there. Literally. I know y'all refer to black people as ninjas, but that right there, God oh mercy. How the fuck is she able to see out that motherfucker anyway? God oh mercy. I think you've over Sharia lawed that, whatever you got on.
We welcome them. They are our people and we promise to cater for them until they are reunited with their families.
Kenyan police say it is a security sweep.
Now, folks, this is Somalia right here, okay? Now, here's the thing. they're afraid to go back to Somalia because of this. So next time, keep your mouth shut. And don't run off there with their mouth unless you want to end up with this. That's Somalia right there. And that's the nice part of Somalia.
Aimed at
Somalia is like Cleveland, Ohio.
illegal immigrants. The deportees say they had legal status.
I lived in Kakuma. I only traveled to Nairobi for a short trip. I showed them my papers, but they wouldn't listen. Now I am not even aware of my children or how they would survive without me. I begged them to take me back to my children in Kakuma. They refused. They accused us of being in the country illegally, but we had residence documents. They took us in and held us for 4 days.
According to the Somali envoy, however, Somali authorities had facilitated the release of those who had registered alien status.
These people are staying illegal in Kenya. We have as well released more than 900 others who could prove their documents were legal, most of whom had alien status.
Not many of these returnees have families in the capital though. Some of them are from parts of south-central Somalia, where the Al-Qaeda-linked group Al-Shabaab still controls. Somali refugees had fled their country from hunger and war, but detention and subsequent deportation forced them back home.
Even though you could speak English, you need a little translator or something.
Some of the women who were deported now say they're worried for their children whom they had left behind. But it is not only Kenya that deports Somali refugees. Saudi Arabian authorities had by March this year repatriated more than 12,000 Somali refugees. Mohammed Hirboge, CCTV, Mogadishu.
That's that part section there, folks. That looks like Mogadishu. So, oh well. Top of break. Ninja. Oh, we already played this. Ninja.
This ain't no streets. At this point, this ain't about the streets. Cause at this point, we just trolling. So
Hey yo, what's good? We back with another one. We got to talk about this right here because the internet is on fire once again with generational beef. This is old school rap legend versus son of another rap legend, and somehow it turned into dead mom jokes.
Wait a minute, is that a Playboy Bunny tattoo? Yes, it is. Yes, indeed, he has a Playboy Bunny tattoo. How cute. That's going to help him get jobs in the future.
So 50 Cent is going back and forth with T.I.'s son King Harris, and bruh,
if he goes out for a job, he better wear a turtleneck or something because nobody ain't going to hire him with that Playboy Bunny tattoo.
This escalated quick. So here's what happened. 50 Cent, we all know who stays trolling, posted a picture of Tiny, T.I.'s wife, and the caption was basically one of those keep my name out of your mouth type posts. You know how 50 do. He throw the rock and then sit back laughing. And of course, that didn't sit well with T.I.'s camp. But here's the twist. It wasn't T.I. who came out swinging first. It was King Harris, the son. And when I tell you King came in hot, I mean nuclear.
your mama, go dig her up. Go dig her up. Post a picture of your mama. She pay respect. Stop playing with my mama. Ain't playing like that. It ain't going like that. How y'all bitch ass raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama. I'm not going. So tell your ass mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my mama. What's wrong with you? Y'all better tie y'all shoes. Y'all don't know who with. You better put that music up and shut the fuck up. Cause all that other shit ain't gonna get it. On my mother. Your mama. Dig that bitch up. Not going. Not going. Now what you gonna do about that? Not going. I'm gonna about how to play it. Not going. Post my mama like your mama ain't.
Does anyone understand any of this ebonics? well. I'm trying to listen to as best as I can, but if you guys ask me to translate this here, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Go put some flowers on that. Man, posting my mama, legend, your mama, Jay. Stop, man, don't never think you can get on this level and you can compete with us. We on a whole different ball game, at a whole different type of level of respect around here. You get on that do that bitch ass shit, you a hoe ass. I would say that shit to your face. Man.
King jumps on social media instead of just defending his mom, which cool, I get that. He goes straight at 50's late mother. Now y'all know 50 Cent's mom, Sabrina Jackson, passed away when he was young. That's a sensitive topic. That's not just rap beef, that's childhood trauma territory. And King basically posted a tombstone.
Put a tombstone up there. Beulah. That's some straight cold. That's some cold slither stuff right there.
Image and said, "Where
but
your
actually her mother's name's Sabrina, so that's pretty cool."
Mama. Now listen, I've seen rap beef. I've covered rap beef for years. But once you bring up somebody's deceased parents, that's not trolling. That's personal. The internet immediately split in half. Half of the people were like, "Yo, King, you wild for that." The other half said, "Well, 50 shouldn't have posted Tiny." And what does 50 do? Does he get emotional? Does he respond serious? Nope. He hops on Instagram.
Well, why would he? His mother's been dead for what, like 40 some years? I mean, it's like 43 years at least.
And post a picture of the frog meme and writes the caption LOL. No other quotes, no other caption, just an LOL. And the internet lost it. Then he posted an AI clip of the movie ATL, which T.I. was in. And AI is facing the scene where he was pulling up on King Harris.
What's up, man? Ain't heard from you in a while. Why? Where you been?
Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. It's just taking me a minute, that's all. But I will straighten everything out as soon as I get that money.
Remember what I told you, right?
Yeah.
What I said?
It's grown man business.
It's grown man business. Boom! Ooh, got your ass. Scary as hell, man.
And wrote the caption, "Grown man, boy." Now that's classic 50. He'll get dissed in the most disrespectful way possible and respond like LOL. And that's what makes him dangerous online. He don't argue, he trolls. But let's be honest, just because he laughed doesn't mean it didn't hit. Now when King Harris saw that 50 Cent was unbothered, he went nuclear on his Instagram page. He posted a whole dissertation.
Got shot 9 times and did nothing. If you get shot 9 times, what are you going to do? You going to bleed? You going to try to stay alive? This little Kim, because she refused a date, got smacked by Jadakiss and Styles P in a rap battle. Talk tough and duck these beef with fat. He didn't duck the... got outsold and embarrassed by Kanye West. Knew he couldn't fuck with Rick Ross musically, so he resorted to making skits. Reposted the state...
on his Instagram story and aired out 50 Cent. He said, "Curtis 50 Cent Jackson got shot 9 times and did nothing. This little Kim, after she refused to go on a date with him, had to duck shots because of it and started making memes. Got smoked by Jadakiss and Styles P in a rap battle. Talked tough and then ducked the beef with Fat Joe because he knew he couldn't F with Joe on the street level. Got outsold and embarrassed by Kanye West on his 3rd album. Knew he couldn't F with Rick Ross musically, so he resorted to making skits. Reposted a corn tape of Tierra Marie just because. Has publicly disrespected Ashanti, Sierra, Vivica A. Fox, etc. for no reason. Ducked T.I. in a versus battle, called him a snitch, even though he's a known federal informant, makes fun of T.I.'s wife as if we don't know his track record with women, criticizes rappers for publicity speaking on politics and religion, but his coward won't stand for anything, even though he's a known Trump supporter, helps produce a documentary on Diddy's transgression, but won't speak on his own history of domestic violence and abuse, makes fun of other rappers' families, but his oldest son hates him and calls him a deadbeat. His younger son was living in the house that Diddy was paying for. He burned his older son's mother's house, and Diddy has his baby mama playing games at his freak-off parties. The list of people he's disrespected over the years is endless. He came into the game creating unnecessary controversy, and damn near 30 years later, he's still the same attention whore. Man, King was not holding back when he wrote this. Then he posted a clip of 50 Cent in court for beating up 3 women.
Curtis Jackson, 29-year-old who admitted to trampling and beating 3 women at a concert.
He attacked women. Women. We were just there to see a concert. We were not there to get beat up. We were not there to get hit.
The rapper with the gangster attitude stepped on 2 of the women and punched the 3rd in the face after jumping into the crowd in search of someone who threw a water bottle at him during a surprise concert at this club in May of 2004.
They did nothing to justify or excuse the defendant's actions.
He has demonstrated since his earlier run-in with the law as a young man that he is a law-abiding citizen.
That is not the image 50 Cent uses to sell his music, but it will have to be. Judge Robert Coomer accepted Jackson's admission of the facts, gave him a lecture on how this incident would reflect on the rapper's 9-year-old son, and then continued the case for 2 years without a finding. In the meantime, the rapper will have to submit to random drug tests, pay the medical expenses of his victims, pay court costs, undergo anger management treatment, and produce an anti-gun violence public service announcement. Jackson signed off on the deal. And then snuck out of the courthouse through a back door.
He wrote the caption, "All you do is apply pressure to females. Bring that smoke to the chimney. Just getting started." Man, I'm not gonna lie, King was not playing. He probably responded crazier than anybody in the industry. Now, of course, T.I. wasn't about to let this slide either. He reportedly called out 50 Cent, defending his wife and family, and now what started as a little Instagram jab has turned to a full-blown tension between 2 rap heavyweights again. He dropped a brand new diss song that's been buzzing on the internet. Now remember, this ain't their first rodeo. These 2 have had tension before over versus talk, competitive energy, and legacy debates. But this time, the kids are involved. Here's my take. When rap legends beef, cool, that's hip-hop. But when the son jumps in, when dead parents get mentioned, now it's not just entertainment. Now it's personal. And I gotta say, King...
Well, 50's gonna win anyway regardless, but... yeah, 50 is just a troll.
Defending his mom, I respect that. But bringing up 50's mom, that's a line a lot of people feel shouldn't be crossed. And 50, he knows exactly what he's doing. He posts, he pokes, then he waits for the reaction. He's a master instigator. The whole situation shows something interesting though. The new generation, they're not playing by the same rules. Back in the day, you might diss somebody on wax. Now, it's Instagram stories, meme, grave references, viral moments. And 50 thrives in that environment. But here's the real question.
Man, that is still one ugly-ass looking kid.
This keeps escalating. Does it stay online? Because once family gets involved, emotions get...
He needs to eat some food or something there, you know. He really does. He need to lift some weights or something, you know. He just looks strange. He looks malnourished and stuff. I mean, goddamn.
Chamillionaire made $30 million from one song, then quit rap to invest in startups nobody had heard of.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me.
That song became the most downloaded ringtone in history, selling 4 million copies at $3 each. Instead of buying chains, he hired a financial advisor and asked where rich white people invest their money. While other rappers went broke, he attended Silicon Valley tech conferences wearing a suit. He invested early in Lyft before anyone knew what ride-sharing was making 8 figures when it went public. He put money into Ring doorbells and other tech startups his rapper friends never heard of. By 2012, he quit music entirely because his investment portfolio earned more than touring. Other rappers called him boring for not buying Lamborghinis, but he's worth $50 million while they're bankrupt. He never went platinum again, but also never begged for comebacks or sold his publishing rights. Today, he's a venture capitalist funding tech companies and hasn't released music in over a decade. The guy who rode Raiden became the only rapper who retired rich, doing the opposite of everyone. Want more rappers who kept their money? Subscribe.
Smart guy, but he still should do music, you know. He has a lot of talent. I mean, he doesn't have to go touring or anything, but just set yourself up a little studio and just do your thing, you know. That's what Hammer does. MC Hammer, that's what he does. I'm sure he'll be coming out with something soon. I mean, that music bug is going to hit him like no other. It will.
What is a good amount of money to spend on a first date? A lot of girls feel like I got to spend a minimum $300 to be with them. I'm like, $300 what? $300.
American dollars?
Dollars.
Please. On who? On the first date?
Yo, Chad.
For what?
You're considered a high value man. So ladies, this is for, this. You got money?
I think high value is based on stream of income, revenue, but I am extremely cheap and financially conscious, so I don't consider myself a high value man.
And you have a lot of money.
Yes. Yes, and I'm going to save it, which is why a $300 date ain't never happening. Because what am I paying for actually? If I'm at wit's end and I need help, and I'm with you and you need a $300 date, can she save me? Can she help me? Is she an asset or is she a liability? Because anybody need a $300 date off rip is nothing but a liability. I mean, it is. Let's call a spade a spade.
I'm with you.
The women that want $300 dates, there are men out there that are going to continue to take them on them. That's why the women can always say, I'm not doing nothing but $300 a date. Because there are men that will spend $300 to reach their end goal. We know what the end goal is.
What is a good...
Ocho Cinco's right. I mean, everyone thinks that he's arrogant and everything, but he's right. He is probably the most frugal person out there. You know, he bought some reckless purchases in the very beginning, but now he smoothed everything out there. So, I mean, yeah. And he still has plenty of money, too. Yeah, but the great one will just cook a meal at home. I mean, that's what I'll do. You know, because I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I've not been going out to eat lately. Not because I'm trying to be frugal, but you know, a lot of these restaurants are just cheaping things up, you know, literally shrinking the portions and everything. I need to go to Chili's. I mean, they got a burger, fries, a drink, and unlimited nachos and salsa for $10.99. That's value. And they make some pretty big burgers. Why can't other restaurants do that type of stuff, you know? I just don't get it. It's not a matter of just portion control, but, you know, you're either going to have two things. Great food, like at Hall's Chop House, or you're going to have decent portions for what you pay. But when you suck at both of them, like a lot of these restaurants are, it really makes me no longer go to those places.
We're going to be talking about what I eat to get ripped. Let's wait for a few people to join up and I'll show you guys some of the...
What? What do I eat to build muscle and stay
food that I just
lean?
bought, right? All right, so you want to eat...
Are you joking? Is this a comedy
That's
show
good.
or something?
I think that's enough.
I mean, I'm not going to play all 53 minutes of this here, Ryan, but God oh mercy, look at this guy.
A couple scoops. They're good. I can't believe that there's no sucralose in there. It just says his doing collection on IG. He has a collection. I haven't seen Jason Genova lately. Gold's up 21 bucks. 23 people viewing here. I have done that, and that can be good. But when you sell a call, macro trends, and then buying the stocks.
What I eat to build muscle and stay lean. It's going to be good not to take his advice. He looks like, KCB looks like he lives off White Claw, you know. He has literally no muscle, you know. I mean, my forearm is bigger than his entire body. What a joke. Now, I got to go take a piss, folks, so I'll be right back. All right, I feel a whole lot better now. I also had to go get this. This is what I used in order to set up the Linux on my computer at my desk. I need to get a regular keyboard for it and a mouse instead of my little mini one because it doesn't work too well. So let's see what we got here. Cuban turns on cheese.
It's nice to sit outside. Weather is beautiful. Sun is shining. All the birds and neighbors' kids are playing outside. It's really nice. It's the little things. Just waiting to see if a few more people show up. He decided that he was done with all the nonsense and everything. And we had a conversation. In this conversation, it was going into a direction where I really thought that Jay was being over paranoid. I really believed it. I believed that he was being over paranoid. That maybe things that people were saying was true. He's losing his mind. He's losing his faculties and everything. In this conversation, he begins to tell me that he's convinced that Cheese, all along, he has been working hand in hand with other trolls to, get mints, get videos to download and upload onto his YouTube for more content. And I'm like, man, this sounds kind of crazy. Cheese? He was even convinced that Cheese may have 1 or 2 troll accounts to get Jay to read comments, to get me to read comments. Like, again, I was starting to think that, fuck, man, what if it's true? What if, Jay's being paranoid? He's and they're using made-up names, troll accounts, which, why is it that now all of a sudden everything that Jay said is making sense? He also has his part in things. And I'll give you an example, because the example was given to me by this person that I had a conversation.
And one thing about Cuban is he can bore the living shit out of me there. So I'll wait for the highlighted portions there. I don't want to play 15 minutes of his dribble, because I was about to fall asleep.
What's cracking, everybody? What's cracking? It's Friday. It's late. I did a video earlier on the other channel. They turned it yellow. And a lot of people have covered that topic. But anyway, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and kick the weekend off with some Wes Watson. I wanted to make sure I put something out today. And there's a twist on this one. There's a little twist on this one that I found funny, and we'll get to it. Let's get right to it, though.
Guys, the big homies right here. What's up? What you got for him, dog?
Hey, this man has saved my life a million times.
Million fucking times.
This is my first time, ever just being outside for my birthday, so.
Let me tell you guys something. For those of you guys that don't know who this guy is, that's Kevin Gates, right? Kevin Gates, if you go on TikTok and IG, you'll see this guy being quoted, right? He says a lot of stuff that it's positive and make you think and stuff, right? I think I can legitimately say that was the stupidest thing he's ever said. Let's start from the beginning.
This is my first time,
Wait.
Hey, this man has saved my life a million times.
Million fucking times.
This is my first time, ever just being outside for my birthday, so this was the biggest birthday present ever. You got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Let's get back to your old voice, Wes. Can you talk back in your old voice? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like.
sacrifice your whole life for your new life.
Okay. I had to take the sound off. Look at it. How weird is it? Look, I really think this chick is gonna be good for him while he's out. She's gonna tear him up while he's inside. But look at. Why is he like that?
You know, I think it's always been stupid to, you know, it's okay if you wear matching outfits, but, you know, you really should be married or have a very long-term relationship, not something that's temporary. How long has Wes been with this shamuta anyway? Couple of weeks or something? I mean...
Is he holding on to her pants so she can't go anywhere? Like, she have a slice of American cheese in her pants? What's that for? Oh, she put cheese in them buns. Whoa! I get it. I think she's the best looking one. I think she's the best looking one so far that he's been with. But she's young, man. But he's just the vibe. Look. Look at that. She's trying to show her booty off. And he's... Yeah. Got him. We're gangbanging on each other right there. I think I won. Literally in his car, in traffic. Oh, the light's red? Let me spell some stuff out rather than just talk. That makes sense. Man, this guy is... I put this in because of how ridiculous it looks. I don't even know what to say about it.
Jeff, like, this is going to be my final year single. I'm going to be in a...
Listen, that's his chick, I guess.
Yes, quick pump. I've done that before. With my ex-husband, yeah, we wore matching outfits. But again, we were married. You know, especially around Christmas time. You see, I'm still wearing some of my Christmas stuff right here. And he has the exact same thing. So, you know, that was a significant change when I actually married a white person. You know, you white folks do things a lot different there than I do. I mean, everyone got together and handed out Christmas presents. You know, we didn't really do that growing up in the hood and stuff. So, you know, I had to get used to white people stuff and white people's food there, you know. I may sound white, but I was like, some of your foods confuse me, like casserole, for example, you know, and putting ketchup on your meatloaf and everything. So, you know, there was a lot of changes that I had to, you know, get used to and stuff. So, but it's all right. But yes, if you're a long-time couple, if you're married, it's perfectly fine to wear matching outfits. But if you've been with a whore for like 2 weeks or so, no.
Saying this is her last year being single, she's gonna get married and this and that, right? My question, and I want you guys to let me know in the chat, in the comments. Was she talking on the phone and he recorded it and then he added the audio, or is she talking on the phone now and that's his flex? That's weird. Listen.
Let's say I want to get married, I want to be with somebody, and somebody wants to be with me, and like my authentic self, and I...
Is this just maybe something, a recording that he found? What is this? Where's the context and why? I don't get it. I'm telling you, the way he was reacting or like interacting with her in the last video right now, the one prior to this one, and then this audio makes no sense. It's just weird.
And somebody wants to be with me, and like my authentic self, and I just get to have fun with my best friend, and just like live it, you know, like be happy, be blessed. Yeah. That's like, I'm just so happy about it, you know?
Oh, yeah, she's talking to another chick. This has to be a recording, right? Because he pulled the glass. I'm not going to rewind it. This is strange ass behavior. Why are they standing in front of that building anyways?
Yeah, like, why is everyone so weird about that? Like, the whole point, like, that key block's like, she wanna drink, she wanna fuck, she wanna, you know?
Nope. Look, what is Wes Watson even saying? Jack Doherty wrote that. He posted this and wrote that. I went over to Jack's page to see if he had any. No, zero posts of Wes. Wes, you don't even make this kid's board. Posts, whatever the. You don't make it. You don't make the cut. But can we say that before Wes goes to prison, I think he's gonna put his whole, like, blast his whole face. Not one tattoo on his face looks good. His face and head, not one. How he, I don't know.
Some real shit. Point behind it is, you guys, I'm not single anymore. I'm not. I'm taken and I'm loyal. Okay, I'm loyal to my lady. But I want to show you how stupid most of you guys are. You guys don't build your brand online, or you guys buy followers like idiots. You don't really have like a big following. It should be, your whole goal should be building your following, because
I had to put that. I don't care what he says. He said he's not single anymore. Okay. But I still think that everything he does, like that recording when he pulls the glasses down and all that, I feel like he's sending messages. That's all for Angie. Like, hey, look at me. You know? Get over it. She got over you. Get over it. What was he trying to talk about anyways? Let's see.
You have a space to sell to. Anything that you would actually buy that you love, you could sell to your following. It's got to be stuff you would use, you would buy, and you love. Other people sell shit that doesn't matter, and that's stupid. But also, the main thing, I can type in any chick's name into my following, and there's like 30 to 50 to 100 of girls with that name. I can just pick a name. I want to date Tatiana, or I want to date Barbie. I don't know.
What does that have to do with creating a business online?
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, thank you. Look at this dork. Type a dude's name in. Never mind. Seriously, bro. Look at, and they all follow him. They all follow him. He thinks that if he just picks one, it's automatic true love. They're following him because they want true love with him. Keep showing that money in them cars, especially when you go out to the clubs and just throw money around. Yeah, every one of those Tatianas
so that was just
is just into you.
Tatianas that follow me. That was with one N. Oh. Should I try two?
Yeah, you wrote that first with two.
No, we'll just do one N. Okay. I'm proving my point right
here. He said we'll just do one.
You guys are fucking stupid. Like, put everything into your fucking page. You would have everything you want in your community and your following. All the money you want, all the women you want, if you were just really loyal to it. The reason I'm good at social media is because I like attention.
Where is he good at social media? He likes attention. No shit.
It's okay. And a lot of guys are like, I don't like attention. No, you don't get attention. Big difference. Fuckface.
Fucking fuckface, eh? Well, who are we going after now? Triple G. Oh, Barbie. Yeah. What the fuck? Why would he type that? I don't know. I think that's weird. Look at, oh my God, all the Barbies in your life. Oh, shit. You got down, Wes. You got down. I'm proud of you. You typed in a name. I should have edited this where it was, that is a lot of Barbies.
So you saw the
kid. They weren't all Barbies. Okay. Oh, this is the twist, guys. And we're going to end it on this. Check this out. Those weren't all Barbies.
So you saw the kick link. We're going to start streaming.
He said, you saw the kick link. We're going to start streaming. Why do you think he's going to start streaming on Kick? He doesn't come on this platform anymore, YouTube. He hardly ever does well, I'm going to say he used to do more IG lives before, right? Went away from that. Do we have a guess on why he's going to stream on Kick? Do you think it's because when Jack Doherty was over there, he told him how much money he makes per stream? and it blew this dude's mind? Think that's possibly, but I mean, who really wants to, like, it's gonna be a troll fest. It is.
Matter of time, it had to be done. You guys click the link. We're gonna wait till we get a good amount of subs before we drop the first video. So you guys,
I'm gonna go. I didn't do it. I put this together. I'm gonna go over there and I want to see if he's really posting, if he's going live, if he's streaming. Oh, this is gonna be a gold mine. I feel like something bad will happen though. The money's not worth it. But when you have made material things, money and material things, the most important thing in your life, you'll do stupid things for those things.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and end this video on that. But I thought it was really funny, at least to me, that Jack Doherty was at his pad and in one sentence planted a seed, and this dude is, I know he's been obsessing over it. We are going to watch this fool IRL. We're going to get too much content. Anyhow, that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody be safe this weekend, man. Tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.
A good video. Pretty much down to the T of things. Essentially speaking, Wes is just jumping into that relationship way too early. It's too early to be wearing matching shirts. It's too early to be, doing all this stuff there. It's too early to say that I'm taken. He may think that he has love right now, but you never know what a chick's true intentions are. I'll just be honest with you. You just never know what someone's true intentions are. I mean, how can you? You just met this person. Makes no bit of sense at all. Boy. All right, looks like we're done with videos, so we're gonna check out Sam Sulek. He just put this video up just about 4 hours ago. It's 8 days left, and I'll tell you right now, he's looking diesel. Now, as you could tell, he's struggling, which is a good sign. Look, folks, whenever you're getting close to a show, you are weak, you are drained, you are tired, but you still got to push on. And this is where all that water is just going to kick out of him. I mean, you're not going to see some super heavy weight or anything. He's just trying to survive at this point in time. And in about probably 3 or 4 days, he's going to do a super carb down. Or that's what I'm expecting him to do. But the cool thing is he's looking like that. No diet coach or prep coach or anything. I mean, he's literally getting his shit in other words. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he started coaching people. I mean, he's obviously very educated,
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do a single arm tricep push down set.
I know what you guys want to see, so let's see how Mr. Sulek is doing here.
We're looking.
I mean, he's not even flexing, and you could already see the. I mean, he has literally no fat on his body. I would say 5 or 4% at least. He is super lean. I mean, he's not even flexing, and you could just see the. You could just see there's no wrinkles. It's just.
So this is a good feeling for me. Just to be able to look at this and see like different grains and everything else, not even really posing, just kind of standing up, relaxed.
He sees it too. He sees it too. I may or may not make a Dubs X account for Cuban Live. Is Cuban streaming tonight there, Mint? I didn't know. I may have to jump in and mess with him a little bit.
But obviously the pose is kind of the whole point.
But yeah, even Sam knows it. Whenever you're showing striations and you're not flexing, you got it. He's only 8 days out. He is going to look a whole lot more cut. Yeah, Wesley is looking nuts too, you know, so. But I'm quite impressed with what Sam Sulik is. This is his first pro show. Regardless as far as where he places, he's going to make a statement there with that physique. I mean, that is insane right there. Look at it. That is nuts. Literally. That's nuts. He's leaning it back too much, but I mean, you could just look. There are literally striations just everywhere. And he's not even carved down yet. I don't think he's going to win this show, Quick Pump. There's a lot of other competitors are looking insane, but they've been competing for years on the pro stage. But Sam's going to be dangerous. It would be funny if he won his first pro if he actually won the Arnold. That would be nuts. I don't think he's going to win it or anything, but man. That's good. But I wish he would just cut his hair. That is one insane physique. Look at that vacuum pose. That vacuum pose is deep. Everyone was saying that he's blocky. You know, whenever you do the vacuum pose, folks, and you do it consistently for a long time, it's going to naturally get rid of that blocky look. It's going to shrink down your waist. It's just going to do that. And it's done that for Sam. So he no longer has a blocky look. Good, good, good. Look at the cuts right here, especially right here. Delts are just popping out, you know. It's a good, clean physique.
Oh my gosh. That's what I call an arm pump for freaking sure. And then even pumped, like that's a pretty substantial separation of long head to short head for me. Like, you've got to have big ass Rolly Winkler triceps to have crazy tricep feathering, but I got a little.
Yeah, I mean, that tricep feathering is going to be more pronounced once he carbs down. Oh, I know, but he's more than an influencer just placing decently. He's going to do very well. He's not going to place decent there. I mean, the thing is, he has a lot of money, you know. He is making a ton of money off social media.
I got a little bit. You know, that's freaking cool for me. So nothing else to say. I'm going to get home and get some home cardio done. So let's just get straight in the freaking car. A leg day, you know, or like go back in time. There's a video in like July or something where I'm doing like 6 plate squats. That had a lot of energy behind it. That had a lot of internal hype and just like fucking just.
I mean, when you get your own Wikipedia profile, then yeah, you know you're the shit. That is just some crazy. That's. Wait till he carbs down there, KCB. He's looking like that, and he's not even started really his carb down process, or I'm sure he's going to do that in a couple of days, but that's when everything is just going to come out. It's not all came out yet, believe me. In about 3 or 4 days, when he posts those pictures, you better watch out. You had better watch out. Now, that's not a nice thing to say. That is definitely not a nice thing to say. Why would you say something like that for? Be nice. Oh, boy. I think we got time for a couple more videos here. Let's play some good old classic mountain dog stuff.
3 exercises back to back. We're going to do an exercise for the side of your shoulders, an exercise for the back of your shoulders, and then we're going to do a press just for your overall shoulders. So we're going to start off with, go ahead and go, Ivana. We're going to go ahead and start off with 10 reps of dumbbell side laterals. Just bring the weight up. That's a little high. Just bring it up to my hand. To your arms are parallel. Notice how her traps aren't shrugging. We're keeping the tension in her delts. We don't want her traps to take over. There you go. Now you're going to go to rear delts. Now you can have your hands the way Ivana has them. That's a little better isolation on your rear delt. You can turn them in so they're facing each other too. Either way, it's okay. If you turn them in, you just get like that, you just get a little bit more side delt. But the key is to not use your back and shrug.
You know, and a lot of people actually ignore simple exercises like that. You don't need that much weight, but it makes a significant difference in your physique.
See how she's pivoting with her rear delt? Her arms are...
Personally, KCB, I prefer dumbbells doing this exercise because, you know, you could just pick them up and you can go. You don't have to... You know, you don't have to worry about waiting for the cable machine. You just pick up the weights. You can do that at any point in time. I got exercise bands that I like doing that with, and that's perfectly fine as well.
Very, very straight. And she's going to do 12 reps right here. Her arms are very straight, and she's pivoting with her rear delt. That's the key. The key is to not use your traps and rhomboids. Let your arms hang and pull the weight up with your rear delt. Now she's going to go to the press. So now we're going to do 8 reps. She's leaning back, driving them up all the way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. All right, so you're going to rest 1 minute. After you do that round, then you're going to start over. And you're going to go through this 4 times. So really that's 12 total sets. If you want to do a little bit more, knock yourself out. But you want 4 good sets on each exercise. And again, 1 minute of rest. So 10 reps, 12 reps, 8 reps. That's the scheme. No shrugging, man. Come on. No shrugging. Good.
With dumbbells there, KCB, you just pick it up and go.
Brett's got the dumbbells a little bit out in front. He uses a slightly different technique, but he's still hammering his side delts. Rears. Watch, his arms are hanging. He's pivoting with his rear delt. Let your arms hang a little bit more. There we go. Get this out of the way. There.
Much better, much better.
There. See how his arms is hanging? All rear delt right here.
Well, he was having heart trouble at the time, KCB. This video isn't too long after he passed away there. So
12 reps. Good. Now the press. All the way up. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. If you're getting your reps too easy on the press, don't hesitate. Take the weight up. That's okay. All right, that's it. Yvonne is finishing up here. 4 quick rounds, 15 minutes. Remember what I said, in and out, you're short on time. Hit it. Comment below after you do this workout and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. 3 exercises.
Look, KCB, you always have to remember steroids are the finishing touch. They always are.
You say you care about the students, but half of you are not sure what gender is, especially transgender.
What do you think, KCB? Is this guy all drugs or so, or all Frito-Lay?
No, the lawyer said transsexual earlier. That's not the correct term. It's transgender. I'm a transgender woman. My pronouns are she, her, and I will only accept those pronouns. I will not be addressed any other way. And in the workspace, I'm protected by that. Our students should be too, especially when they're not over 18, don't have a voice. So I'm just imploring you to go beyond what, just really consider, what is this fight really about? Why is it such entrenched? I know we hear a lot about religious liberty, and quite honestly, I grew up in Christian education all through college. I don't remember any of my doctrinal classes mentioning only male and female, and that's the way it should be. If you feel it is, awesome, good. You get to believe that. You don't get to impose those beliefs on anybody else. And that's actually.
But the problem is, you guys do impose your beliefs. You expect people to use your pronouns. Me personally, I don't want to argue with anyone, so fine, I'll use your they, them, and stuff like that. But guess what? Not everybody is going to accept it, okay? And when you try to force someone to do something, then you're going to run into issues. What do you mean, what's wrong with my physique? There's nothing wrong with my physique. I mean, seriously. What is wrong with my physique? Nothing. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm keeping down on things. I'm not pigging out or anything like that. It also has to deal with the fact that I'm not eating hardly any fast food anymore, you know, so. And I've been training, dropped a lot of medication, taking Metformin now, so that's helping as well.
Actually, what religious liberty is that your right to believe that is protected, but the other person that identifies as something else is also is right to be protected. So I guess I'm here to say is, with Oshkosh Pride, we're paying attention. And we're going to be involved in this conversation if it keeps on going.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you guys are even considering letting bathrooms and locker rooms being co-ed. I don't care how they identify or whatever kind of delusion people live in, whatever kind of mental disease that they have. Boys are boys and girls are girls. It's simple and basic. It's always been that way, and that's why we have separate bathrooms. I'm not going to allow my girls or my boys to shower with the opposite sex because I don't want them fondled or tainted by one of these deranged people sexually. And that's what lingers in these groups of homosexuality and transgenderism is sexually explicit ideology. My daughter goes to Franklin. She brought home books about how it's okay that two parents are gay in a household, and it's okay for boys to be girls and girls to be boys. What kind of delusion are you guys living in? Are people really retarded? We're still having these talks? Like, what is going on here? Like,
We don't use that word.
No, it's a word. I can use that if I want. Yes, I can. And yeah, I can't believe people are so open-minded. Their brains have literally fell out. Does nobody know why we had opposite sport teams and opposite bathrooms for boys and girls? To protect both sexes from one another? If they want to play some delusional game and we have to allow it, then they should have their own bathroom and their own support.
I mean, I believe in unisex sports there. Set up just to be fair to everyone. But yeah, one shouldn't have to compete with the other.
Their own sports. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't be allowed to women to come and shower in the boys' locker room. I don't want one of these succubuses coming in there spoiling my young gentleman.
Okay, we crossed
Hey, what? It's a word. I can use it if I want. Yeah,
No.
yeah, I can.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, or what? Yeah. So yeah, either way, I think you guys all must have some type of mental disease, even considering this kind of thing.
Sir?
I don't understand what's going on with you guys, that we're even considering this. You guys need to vote no, absolutely not, and come back to reality. Dude, you guys need to embrace God. All this kind of talk, dude, from the name of the flag, dude, it is against
Thank
God.
you, sir. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I can use whatever word I want. It's in my big old dictionary this thick.
Well, that was fun.
7 to 8% of our school district revenue is at risk right now because we are currently not in compliance. That's what I just heard from the lawyer here who didn't know what gender identity was, and from the gentleman over in this direction, I forget which one, said about 7 to 8%. But those facts put together, I also am hearing a lot from folks that it has never happened before, that we've lost funding from a Title IX violation. I don't have the history in front of me, forgive me. I don't think we've ever been this in violation of a Title IX compliance as we are currently. Now, if we get a gender-based discrimination complaint on day 2 of school in one of the 3 schools, one of the 19 schools rather, that are legally obligated to comply based on federal law, as it is now, I don't care what the Supreme Court might do. I don't think any of you need to care about what the Supreme Court might do because now we're out of compliance.
Compliance with what, I mean, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. I mean, right now, thousands of websites, potentially even mine, are being sued for not being ADA compliant, and these lawyers are just raking in money. They're not interested in changing anything. They just want those quick out-of-settlement lawsuits here. And they're coming from multiple people. I'm like, yeah. I just don't get that, and they need to put an end to that type of stuff too. So, yeah, everybody is trying to get quick money these days. I mean, they really are. And it's kind of sad. Fortunately, I live in South Carolina, so, yeah, boy. Now, I do want to show you this here. Give me just a minute. Now, check this out, folks.
The student was due to graduate this May, according to her friends, but has become at least the 4th Columbia University student to be detained by the Department of Homeland Security, leaving this campus on edge. Columbia University staffing extra security inside its off-campus housing Thursday night after a student was taken from her apartment in an early morning ICE raid.
They knocked whatever off her building. They said they're looking for a missing person, and then they ended up taking Ellie.
She was missing, but they found her.
Agayeva, who is from Azerbaijan, was removed in handcuffs, according to witnesses, and detained after DHS said she had a decade-old student visa and whose officers were let inside by her roommate. But Columbia's acting president, in a video message on Thursday night, said ICE agents lied.
Our security camera.
Yes, they're allowed to lie, just like any other police officer. I mean, they're allowed to lie, like any other police officer. What difference does it make, folks? Whenever they're doing a prostitute sting or so forth, you know, officers are disguised at Johns. They're not wanting to get a blowjob or give a hooker a stick up their wazoo or anything like that. Law enforcement officers are allowed to lie, and as much as some of these people don't realize it, ICE agents are federal law officers. They're federal agents.
Cameras captured the agents in the hallway showing pictures of the alleged missing child. Once inside the apartment, it became clear they had misrepresented themselves.
Claire Shipman says campus public safety was never shown a judicial warrant.
The agents took our student. This was a frightening and fast-moving situation. We started work immediately to gain her release.
They are coming for everyone, and they're coming for you next. This is a call to mobilize. This is a call to action.
Students and activists demanded Ellie's release during a campus protest. Then, about 10 hours after she was taken, Mayor Zoran Mamdani announced on X he'd help secure her release during a visit with President Trump at the White House. The student shielded her face as she returned home, but thanked supporters on Instagram, calling this a complete shock, and was still processing the ordeal.
Ellie is just the kind of student you want in your class.
Her former instructor telling us,
I will tell you why they probably went after her. She probably said some political remarks against Trump or against ICE, or participated in one of their protests, or said something online. And when you do that, that just puts a target on your back. You're doxing, people are doxing ICE agents. Guess what? ICE agents are doxing you too, you know, and stuff. It's a tit for tat. So that's why if you are not in this country legally and you're on a visa and you talking S, you might end up getting S on your face, you know, period, non-negotiable.
Ellie was a standout student studying neuroscience.
She came here because she thought she could.
I mean, but could you imagine they're up there showing a picture of a missing girl? And they go, now that's kind of mean, but you know, the game is the game, you know, and stuff, you know. The game is the game.
You get an education and have a safe time doing it, and that has unfortunately proven not to be the case.
The university said that it does not and will not cooperate with ICE involving its students or staff.
You don't have to cooperate. They're going to get you one way or the other, you know. These ICE agents, they got spies. People, you hand them like $50, they have a snitch, you know, even everyone will snitch, okay? Money talks, all right? ICE can they got a lot of money. They can buy snitches. Hey, Starsky and Hutch had Huggy Bear, all right? You know the show Hunter? I'm not sure if you guys know Hunter, you know, and everything. But Hunter, there's always going to be a snitch. I mean, Hunter had Sporty James, you know. You just need to watch your back.
Meantime, Ellie's attorney has filed a habeas petition, which is due to be heard in federal court next Friday. Mayor Mamdani also asked President Trump have the 3 other students' cases thrown out. At this point, no word.
They're not going to get thrown out
Tonight from the White House.
Well, they'll get thrown out of the country. So
that's the latest live in Morningside Heights. I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Pix 11 News. student.
I mean, you're really looking at another 3 year. I mean, Trump's going to be in office for literally another 3 years. So by that time, you'll be out. I mean, you're just going to be out. I mean, and that's just the way it is. And it doesn't matter if you're a little bit compliant or not, though. They will. They're gonna come and get you. They're gonna get you. If you're not in this country legally, you might want to zip those lips of yours. I mean, for now. Maybe in about 3 years, if there's a Democrat president, then you'll be safe. But right now, at this point in time, better zip that lip. Unless you want to stay with them, you know. I mean, look at this here.
And all new tonight, the family of a Maryland man is fighting for his release after he was detained by ICE during a routine check-in last week. We thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Foster.
And I'm Lorenzo Hall. So Ludwig Marcel Bach was detained at the Baltimore field office, and since then, his family says he's been transferred to other ICE facilities out of state with no explanation.
So they're talking exclusively about this whole saga with Larry Miller tonight.
Everybody's in shambles, like, we're a tough family, so we're just trying to like hold it in, but I know it's getting everybody.
That's Diane Sana, whose brother, Ludwig Marcel Bach, was detained by ICE Tuesday, February 17th, during an annual check-in to renew his work permit.
I'm trying not to like cry and be mopey about it, but it takes a toll. Like the call I got on Tuesday threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting that. So it's just the anxiety, the unknown.
Family and friends tell WUSA 9 Bach came to the United States from Cameroon in 2002. Court documents show Bach had a long-standing removal order, which resulted from a grant of voluntary departure in 2005 when he was...
Let me play that again, folks. He's had a removal order for years, so by having that removal order, it doesn't matter if he does his check-ins or not. He's still out of compliance. Now, other presidencies and stuff have ignored it, but... you know, Trump's in office now. They're not going to ignore that shit no more.
Show Bach had a long-standing removal order, which resulted from a grant of voluntary departure in 2005 when he was a minor. The documents go on to say that converted to a removal order when he did not depart. Despite the removal order, family and friends say Bach completed his yearly check-ins and was able to renew his work permit with no problems for decades. Bach's attorney filed a habeas petition challenging his arrest. Lawyers for the government have yet to respond. On Wednesday, U.S. District Court Chief George Russell ordered the government to respond to the habeas petition and said Mott could not be removed from the U.S. or his legal status change pending litigation. WUSA 9 reached out to ICE several times for comment and information. They did not respond.
Well, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other, I'm sure they're receiving so many letters about things that, they can't go and respond to everything. But, I'm not covering for ICE. I'm not validating or advocating for ICE. I'm just letting you know the facts here. I mean, you better hide in a freaking cave if you're not supposed to be here.
Didn't think it would happen for someone who has been complying by the processes that were told to him. And we basically all decided, we were like, look, we can either take this moment and panic, or we can take this moment and really step up and see how we can help him.
Loved ones say Bach has no criminal history, has worked various retail jobs, and was able to live his life.
It doesn't matter. He had a removal order. I'm telling you right now, again, I'm not advocating for any of this. I'm sure this guy is a nice person, but Donald Trump is in office, all right? He's in office. He doesn't want you here. I mean...
openly as a gay man. The fear is that if Mott is returned to his native country of Cameroon openly as a gay jobs and was able to live his life openly as a gay man. The fear is that if Mott is returned to his native country of Cameroon, he could be targeted because of his sexuality.
He ain't gonna be targeted. They're gonna literally set him on fire. Cameroon, they don't like the homos too much here.
Under Cameroonian law, sexual relationships between people of the same sex are illegal and can carry prison time.
Cameroon.
No, it won't carry prison time. You don't have to worry about prison time because they will set you on fire and burn you to death. You will be dead before you even go to prison because those, that's just how crazy that country is.
It's nowhere.
I mean, they do those old school lynchings. They'll stone you to death and then they'll set you on fire. Horrible way to die. So this guy, it wouldn't be a good idea to send him back. You definitely can't ask him to self-deport.
Near like America, where being homosexual, queer, anything is okay. Like they are still, even people in our family still don't accept it. So for you to be home and it's not accepted, imagine going back to a whole nother country where it's like you can go to jail, you get beat up, you can even get killed. Like we know stories of that.
To help, a GoFundMe was launched to cover legal expenses. As of this report, more than $83,000 has been raised. Much of that support is coming from the competitive fighting game community, where Bach is widely known as a Street Fighter competitor.
We are working right
He's gay and a street fighter. How about that?
now to make sure he is free, but the entire objective of this is to not only make sure Ludovic is free and no longer detained, but that he never has to be harassed by this ever again.
Larry Miller, WUSA 9.
And
I think he's gonna be okay, to be honest with you. He's not eligible to be returned back to Cameroon. He can't go back to Cameroon. Now, they might try to send him to another country, but, when you deport someone, it has to be to a country to where it's safe. You can't just drop him off to where he was there, Not in this particular situation. He's considered a refugee. But, again, folks, chances are he got on the radar by running his mouth. I can almost guarantee it. Why in the world would you go and take part in protesting and arguing, trashing and doxing ICE officers? You're just putting yourself on the freaking radar. Quick pump, the tire fire necktie, that's that Winnie Mandela stuff. No, they stone you to death in Cameroon. They will stone you to death and then they will set you on fire. When your body is battered and bruised and you're barely living, that's when they'll set your ass on fire. You talk about that, you won't have to worry about prison time because you'll be dead. I don't know why people play like this. You got a removal order. You're illegally in this country, and you're going to go and take part in these anti-ICE protests? You're going to get up on social media, and you're going to run your mouth? Yeah, Midnator. And people ask me, why don't I go back to Africa for that reason? Them niggas is crazy over there. I'm telling you. Why in the world would I go over there for? I mean, you would be lucky to get a tire fire because you would literally suffocate before you burn to death. No, they'll just beat you they'll just throw stones and rocks at you. And then they'll set you on fire. You're not going to go to prison there. The community will take care of you beforehand. And they've done that type of stuff too. I mean, there's plenty of cases out there to where they will... And they say specifically you might be met with violence. There's nobody really in prison for LGBTQ2 acts because usually they end up dying. And then you got Boko Haram. Boko Haram, they're going to take care of everyone. You know, you eat the poo-poo, you gonna be eating poo-poo, that's for sure. Just crazy. But folks, get your questions in. I mean, Cameroon sounds like a really fruity name for a country. I mean, it's generally wealthy because it's next to the ocean, so... I mean, they have a lot of exports and stuff, so the economy is fairly well in Cameroon because of that. But I'm telling you right now, those people are nuts. Now, one thing about Cameroon, if you go there, their official language is French, but they also speak English as well. So the most common languages you'll run into in Cameroon is French and English. So if any of you people want to travel to Cameroon, you should not have any problems with talking to them or so forth, because most of them are going to know English anyway, along with French. But at the same time, you really shouldn't visit. Why would anyone from this... They just do. They just do, man. They're idiots. I wouldn't waste my money. If I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be South Africa. I mean, they ain't got no real food over there. All they got in most of these African countries is freaking cassavas here and fufu. I'm sorry, I'm not eating that stuff. I mean, you'll hardly find a burger and fries. I am not drinking that juice box there, quick. But folks, that is the end of the show. I want to thank Matty Matt, and I want to thank Quick Pump for donating. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow for Saturday Soul live stream. It can happen at any time, but it will happen. But folks, I am out of here, and as always, peace and soul.